to 2024!
We made it!
New year!
New you.
Back with High Rollers, baby!
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. I'm your Dungeon Master Mark Sherlock Humes. It's me, and we are back for more High Rollers D&D. We hope you've had a lovely holiday season, maybe some New Year's celebrations. But we're back to play some D&D in our lovely setting of Altheya. We're going to have a lovely time. I'm joined by our cast of characters. We have Rhiannon.
What's poppin'?
Trot. Kim.
not
I was
there.
going to give everyone a catchphrase, but after that. And on the other side, we have pondering his orb, Tom Hazel.
They turned me into a dice, Morty.
Terrible. And we have Katie. That's your new
We
catchphrase.
are not starting 2024 with that.
No, I regret it.
Mark, I'm a dice.
No,
Funniest thing
no.
I've ever seen.
Put that dice up on its position.
Eat my dick, Mark.
Wow.
Starting strong.
Starting 2024 as we ended 2023, I see.
Hating each other.
Hello, welcome. We are very excited to be back. No big announcements this time around, but I will use this time to do a couple of quick reminders. We had a ton of fan art and cosplay and loads of awesome stuff over the holiday season.
Yeah.
If you would like to do that, if you'd like to join in, please do post it. Tag High Rollers, post it in our Discord. We have the various different hashtags that you can go and use as well and go and support each other and check each other out. And then we like to do fan art videos from time to time as well, and we should hopefully have one at some point soon.
Brewing.
It's brewing. So get involved with that. Go and jump in the Discord, share your stuff there. Speaking of the Discord, go and join the Discord. You can chat with fellow fans of High Rollers, discuss things happening in the campaign, maybe find people to play D&D with in your own games and all that kind of good stuff.
Are you okay, Tom Hazel?
You can also sign up for YouTube membership and our Patreon as well. And if you subscribe on Twitch, you get all of our lovely emotes as well.
That's nice, isn't it?
What is happening?
What's your problem?
I'm making myself. I have a burp brewing. I won't lie. I was imagining, what if I just threw up?
Welcome to High Rollers.
Start to the year, wouldn't
A
it?
very professional D&D show, as you
Cleaning
can
it up.
see.
For starters.
The most professional.
Aim that way, please.
Yeah.
Oh God.
We're so professional and we are very, very cool.
Can you see my mask imprint on camera?
No. It just looks like a wrinkle,
good,
mate.
Good.
What did you do?
I was wearing goggles and a mask earlier. I'm not going to explain why.
We don't need to.
Let's move very swiftly on. But yeah, that's it. Just a little reminder, come and support us on all of our various platforms and get all that kind of good stuff. And that's going to be it. We are going to jump straight in with a recap and then jump into today's game. Woo! This story began in the village of Burnell, a little trading community nestled beneath the Obsidian Mountains and well positioned near the Imperial Highway. A stopover for travelers going to or coming from the Empire's great capital city of Kelskaris. In this quaint and pastoral village, a group of 5 strangers met. Gruffith, a wild-heart fisherman with dreams of becoming a knight. Ophelia Delarosa, a traveler from a distant land with a skeletal assistant. Rowan, a gentle giant with a love of stone and music. Daisy, a seemingly simple local girl with voices in her head. And Xanthius, a dragonborn haunted by nightmares and with unusual magical powers. Brought together during an investigation for a group of escaped criminals, this party worked together and tracked them down to a nearby mine, fighting off strange creatures drawn to gold and gems. They discovered the criminals were involved in a strange plot connected to a magical rod, an evil and heretical goddess, and a local mine foreman. With the monsters slain, the criminals captured or killed, and the rod stolen at the last moment by a scrupulous tiefling, our newly formed party were free to leave the village of Burnell and make their way onwards to the town of Ashen Rest, with gold in their pockets and a signed favour to be presented to the regional duke. Having befriended a few of the soldiers, and with the local law enforcers suspicious of some of them alongside them, they travelled the road south. Fortunate, as they soon found themselves under attack by a pack of gnolls, vault spawn created by the Proto-Magi long ago and now loose and wild in the world. Surviving the attack, their journey continued, and at last they arrived in the prosperous town of Ashen Rest. And that is where we pick up today, my friends.
Yeah.
It is overcast, but fair weather. And just to give you another reminder of what the town of Ashen Rest looks like, as you guys were coming in from the road, the northern road through North Vale, you see a town in the distance that is surrounded by a pretty prominent stone wall. Sections of the city elevated up onto hills, but the whole, a small city, large town sort of size. But behind these walls, you can see numerous beautiful buildings with cream-colored ash stone and red tiled roofs. Many of them are several stories high, and in fact, you can see prominent towers, all reaching up, almost as if competing with each other, one another. Trees trying to reach the tallest canopy and be seen from behind the city walls. You notice that there are magical braziers amongst the walls with many of these towers, and the city itself, even in the early morning light, you can see that some of these towers have glowing lights, magical lights that seem to be prominent throughout Ashen Rest. And it seems to be a very populated, busy place. Coming up, you do find that part of the city is spilled out of these walls, and a small district has formed outside the north gate, full of smitheries and tanneries and other kind of buildings and businesses that create smells and sounds that might be unpleasant in the city itself. And you were given the name of this place. This district is called Greyforge, and it kind of represents the outer skirts of the Ashen Rest. Stepping through the gate, which I believe you met one of the Knights of the Realm, one of the Duke's Knights, Sir Griold Steeleye, a dwarven knight. You made your way inside, and inside the town, as I described, many of the buildings are multiple stories high, so it has this kind of like penned-in kind of, not like claustrophobic, but you know, you are going through these streets with tall buildings on either side of you. That kind of very medieval London where they had the big tall 2-3 story buildings. And then everywhere on the horizon you look up, you can see these big tall towers from place to place. There is also, of course, the Ducal Palace, the Dominus Ignarum, up on the hill, the large Duke's Palace. And then on another hill to the north, you do see a very large religious-looking building, a beautiful cathedral made of ash stone and obsidian. And in fact, I can show you guys.
We got a map?
Oh, wow.
We're looking at a map.
So, this is going to be your player map, so this is yours. On the legend, much of it has been left blank because you do not know what these points of interest are. I have labelled some of the points of interest. That is not to say they are the only places of interest in Ashen Rest. They are just some of the more prominent ones, maybe more as we go along. The map will expand and you will get to add things to it. Well, it's more that like we might add on new places that you guys discover. If you meet an NPC and you want to know where they live, we can put that down and mark things off and stuff like that. Thank you very much.
North. Is that Greyforge up there?
So yes, so this is Greyforge here, coming in through the north gate. So you can see you guys are basically making your way down this main street here. And you were accompanied by soldiers. Bliss and Cade and many of the other soldiers that you were with kind of have given you a brief overview of like the layout, which is why we're going to have this map here. Sure. They've also pointed out, if you remember, they briefly mentioned a couple of taverns, as well as a place called the House of the Rose, a baths that you could go to. So I've actually labelled those on the map for you. So you have these main streets here, these 3 main streets, and then lots of kind of spiraling streets off of it as well. The House of the Rose is listed here as number 2. This building here. I'll do it while Sam zooms in. This blue
Based
building
on
here.
Typhine.
It is, in fact, yeah, it's Saint Typhine. It is a shrine to Saint Typhine herself. And then we also have one of
wrote that
the...
down.
You did, yeah. We have one of the taverns called the Grumpy Hog, which is just off the Central Plaza here.
Yeah.
Clever Toad.
And then the Clever Toad, I believe, is number 16, which is down here by Riverside.
And whereabouts is the enticing devil?
The Enticing Devil, I forgot, I told you about that one. I forgot to... I retconned and removed that tavern.
They just closed.
Yeah, they just it's closed down.
Scratching that out.
I am actually going to retcon that one just because I needed more things.
So, sorry, what is that one in the Central Plaza? Is that literally
That is the Central Plaza,
Okay.
yes, the Market Plaza. And yeah, this is, if you guys want, we can move this around. Like, it doesn't have to stay there, and you guys can pick it up and move it around. But that is your copy to make notes as you wish to.
So what was it that we were intending? Because obviously we need to go to Dominus Ignarum at some point.
You want to see the Duke.
The intention wasn't that we're going to go straight away. We were going to.
Twisting better.
We stank. we need a rest.
That's not
Got
good
travel
first impression.
stank.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe some new clothes.
Maybe new clothes. So we were going to go to. Did we decide which one we were going to go to?
Probably going to go for a bath. Ophelia was quite adamant
Yeah.
for bathing, but we do need somewhere to stay. You're right. One of them was kind of like rough and ready.
The Clever Toad is definitely cheaper and is down by the docks. It's a little bit more, well, I say docks, it's like a river kind of like barge kind of dockside. The Clever Toad is definitely going to be a bit cheaper. It's not off the main Central Plaza, but it probably will be a bit rougher and it will probably not be as good quality. The Grumpy Hog, which is right on the Central Plaza, is kind of tailoring itself to travelers and visitors. Does mean the prices go up a little bit because they know they're in a prime location, but it is large. And we can say that you guys are kind of moving down towards the Central Plaza as you're having this conversation. The Central Plaza itself, it's quite a large open space. You can see that in the very middle of the Central Plaza, there is a large fountain with several statues. All of you would recognize the Dragon Empress. The Dragon Empress does not have a set appearance. Like, it is often an artistic interpretation of what she looked like. The Dragon Empress had a magic about her that made it hard to perceive her or remember exactly how she looked. So records of her and art of her is often left up to the artist's feelings and impressions of her. But in this case, she is depicted as a majestic, full draconic form with 10 horns sprouting from her head, majestic wings, and painted with a kind of made from like an iridescent crystal. So it kind of shimmers with all different colors, not just one. The other statues appear to be of red dragons, as well as several knights, perhaps famous cauldron knights here as well.
Ignarius.
He's not a knight.
No, I'm just
Duke
saying.
Ignarius,
Yeah,
yeah.
this is-
The
this is
Duke
why they're
Ignarius is the regional duke, yes. And you can see that the plaza...
Throw names in. and
He
hope it
can. He
lands.
wants to get good boy points.
Altheya.
Graph.
The plaza itself, imagine that kind of really classic, if you've been to places like Florence or Firenze, that kind of big open space, statues, big fountain, and all around the outside you can see shops and restaurants and dine and cafes and things like that, all kind of on the outskirts. And it is busy. There's entertainers. You can see there's jugglers, there's people like musicians, dancers, all kind of performing out on the streets, and there's big crowds of travelers and visitors and locals as well, all kind of milling about the place. You do see a beautiful sign of Dominus Ignarum, and you can also see that the Grumpy Hog is quite it's a large tavern. It's actually 2 buildings conjoined, and it's multiple stories. It's like 3 floors tall, and it is definitely large enough to accommodate many, many travelers and visitors to the town.
But looking at it from the plaza, how busy we talking?
I mean, busy enough that, like, yeah, if you go at like a peak time, like lunchtime, it might be hard to get a table. But like in terms of like rooms and things like that, there must be you know dozens of rooms. In there.
Okay.
Easy enough to probably find a room for the night. Most people probably wouldn't stay overnight in a tavern unless they were merchants or travelers and things like that coming through the town. But yeah. And yeah, I'll throw it over to you guys. You guys can converse. I just want to kind of set you up that we are currently in the central plaza. There's all sorts of commotion going all around you. And yeah, have conversations, figure out what plans you want to do.
I can't believe we met. A real knight.
I know. I didn't expect that. Well, I wanted to be just on the road.
Look at my paw. It's still shaking.
Shivering.
It's shaking.
Look at my hands.
There's an earthquake.
He was
Look at the
marvelous.
ground.
Absolutely marvelous.
Very resplendent.
Very regal.
I want to be that one day.
I think you will be.
You will.
Yeah.
This
Did you need a letter? You said you needed letters. I could write a letter.
Oh,
for you
recommendations, yes.
Yeah,
Oh, yes. Character reference, yes.
I'll work on that right
I
now.
think that's what I need. I won't ask, but
You
You're
don't
very-
have to, Gruff. You don't have to. I'm going to write one for you right now.
you're a good
And then
girl.
Daisy will
You're a good
start
girl,
to
Daisy.
try and walk and write at the same time. So you might have to like steer her in the right vague direction because she's going to
Literally like a dad steering a toddler.
She's going to be super
Hand on the
distracted.
top of the head, just tilting every now and then.
Yeah.
Well, what do we think about this place to stay at? Will be more expensive, quite busy.
It'll do, I suppose.
Well, we could look at the other option first before we commit.
We could.
The
or
other
at least
option
we'll
was a
just-
bit cheaper, apparently.
Okay.
Oh, no. I'll do the first one then.
But quieter.
Could be quieter.
Usually quality comes with expense, right?
Well, that's true. However, in a place like this, they'd probably boost the prices, even though they're exactly the same quality.
Shrewd.
Exactly.
I'll go.
I admire that.
I'll go have a look
Okay.
and we'll come back very quickly.
Are we going to the House of the Rose?
Yes. For a bath.
Should we do that first before we start mingling with the locals? I think we should make a good impression first if we're going to start talking to people.
Not a bad idea.
Okay.
Do they give discounts if you smell a bit better? Do you think?
Looking around, how put together is everybody? Any stinky adventurers like that?
There would definitely be a case of, and I think I've mentioned this before, in Cauldra, the culture of Cauldra, pride is a big thing. It's kind of influenced by the Red Dragons who rule the region. Their natural pride kind of has an influence on the citizens here, kind of magical influence. And so people in Cauldra generally take care of their appearance. Doesn't matter what kind of, whether you're poor or rich or whatever, you know, if you're a poor farmer, you still take the time to make sure your hair is clean and washed, your clothes are in good repair, they're not messy or broken. Even if you can't afford luxurious fabrics, you still dress the best you can. Mostly everybody that you can look around, if they look Cauldron, they are very well put together. You might see a couple of travelers here and there who wear sort of more kind of like woodsman or like, you know, kind of rangery, wild-like looking garb, and they look a little bit messier. And it's not that anybody's turning their nose up or anything out, but they stand out. And the same with probably Gruffith. You would definitely stand out, I think, just because you have a bit more of a patch together. Like, you know, as long as something works in Iceheart, it's okay. As long as it's, you know, well, in good condition and it works.
well worn.
Yeah, that's
And lived
okay.
in.
Yeah. As long as it does the job, right? That's the most important thing. There's no such thing as, There's no such thing as bad weather,
bad clothing.
Bad clothing, exactly. So, yeah, Gruffith kind of stands out a little bit. Daisy fits in perfectly because you are from Cauldron. You are a Cauldron. Daisy
I look
looks...
good.
And probably you see a lot of young women dressed in a similar style, that kind of bodice, skirts or trousers, like tight-fitting trousers, tall boots, that kind of thing. Ophelia looks totally within place as well, like very well dressed. The armor is very intricate and detailed. Xanthias as well, even though kind of simple, has that kind of... But, you know, you have richer elements added to where you can.
This is where Tom goes, how dare you?
No, I think because Xanthias is also, you've lived in Caldra for a long time.
On
so
the
you-
very border.
On the border,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's still Cauldra. There's
Yeah.
some elements of it that would.
So I think Rowan and Gruffith, you two are the ones who stick out a little bit, kind of similar to these travelers in green and things like that. And you have a feeling that they are from Mistwald, the Green Dragons province, which is not too far from Caldra.
But we're also not like caked in mud and dirt and stuff. It's just that we've had a 5
You've been on the road. You've been a 5-day on the road, yeah. You're probably a bit stinky.
Yeah.
You've got blood. Not blood. You probably have a bit of blood and a bit of knoll blood and mud on your boots and on your cloaks and things like that. You're definitely you need a wash and a time. Mouth.
Out of interest,
Yes.
from the Greyforge gate to where we are now,
Yes.
how long did that actually take to?
Probably about sort of like, how long would it take to kind of travel down a big long high street in somewhere like London? Like 30 minutes?
Okay.
Like would you say that's 40 minutes?
Depends how many tourists are pushed out of the way.
yeah. But like it's a long street, like or maybe
Okay,
like
so
20
from
minutes.
like end to end, it's about an hour.
About an hour to
and a
like,
half.
I'd say that from the central plaza, you can get anywhere you really need to,
Yeah.
under an hour easily enough.
So like, if we did want to do a heck and explore, we
Shouldn't
could.
take too long.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Rowan, it just looks like you're about to say something.
Always.
I wasn't sure.
We are right next to the shrines of Typhine.
It's worth checking out. If they'll clean our clothes, make us smell nice, then wonderful.
I put out my armpit.
He starts gagging.
Okay, maybe I should have a little wash.
Right.
Percival had flesh on his face and before you did that.
I was gonna say, Percival probably when you do that is probably like coming up to you with like a rag and it's like trying to like dampen the smell a little bit, or like or maybe he's holding something up to
Spritz you.
Ophelia like a smelling salts or something,
yeah.
a little pomander of like perfume.
It's that bad.
Wow.
Potpourri.
I mean, keep in mind, Rowan has been on the road traveling for a longer
before.
time
Yeah,
before as
yeah,
well.
I was
Same with
gonna
Gruff.
say,
Yeah, Gruff,
So,
yeah. We're the stinky boys.
yeah, you are the stinky boys.
Stinky.
If we have a quick glance around the plaza, are there any like shops or things that we can just see from where we're standing?
What are you looking for?
Maybe something to outfit our friends in furs here
Right,
in slightly more cauldron
I am
clothing
for.
and things like that.
garb.
I'm all for.
So,
Getting shaved.
You're not shaving me!
I'm not gonna.
If we take Gruff to the baths, is it going to be like when you put a cat in water and
You're gonna be
skinny.
clawing onto
Yeah.
the sides.
Yeah, we'll see.
Beauty
We'll
and
find
the
out.
Beast.
yeah.
And then when he comes out, he's like,
Excellent.
I am not going to go and like label every single shop because a lot of shops aren't going to tailor to unique individuals and heroes, right? There are places to get clothes, but they're not. They're kind of very basic, or like they're not that different to anything else. If you want to get like nice clothing, there is not anything near the plaza, but there will be probably something here in the town. But you might need to ask around, get some directions, get
Yeah,
pointed
and
to
I was just
specific
thinking,
places.
while we're in like the central point, is there anywhere that's like an immediate, that way would be where the shops are, or something like
There,
that?
this is a very trade-based town because it's
Yeah.
on a really big trade road. So there's shops and places everywhere.
Okay.
And there's all these little side streets, and probably some of the better places aren't going to be direct. It's very touristy. If I say that this central
Yeah,
plaza
yeah.
is like, it's all like a shop that sells like cauldron souvenirs or like
pretzels.
restaurants. Yeah, exactly.
Typhine dolls.
Yeah. It's very much all like figures of like cauldron history and stuff. From the plaza, I'd say the things that really stand out to you, like visually looking around, the Grumpy Hog Tavern, because it is massive, and it's got a symbol out front of a kind of like a pig, but a very man-like pig's face in a frown, and he's holding a pair of beers, and he's like, I'm making a face. And that's like the sign, like the swinging sign out front, right?
Incredible.
The other things that you
Thanks
see...
for the picture
That's
of that
fine.
as well.
The other big main things you see is there's a number of towers that like rise up, so they're very easy to see.
Yeah.
You see this one here that I've labeled as number 5.
On the way down Greyforge.
Yes, you would have walked past it. You passed by this incredible looking tall tower, one of the tallest in the city. This one and number 6 are on, basically they're kind of equal heights, but you can see that there's definitely a competition to like, there was like a, who's going to make it taller, and then somebody built it to match
it's
it. Or
like
maybe
slightly
maybe
different
it's like
materials
slightly
that
a little bit taller.
So
Yeah,
petty.
exactly, right.
It's like a Battenberg.
But the one that you passed here, you don't know what it's called, but it's a impressive tall building with a large magical crystal at its peak, which is illuminating. And you have a feeling that when the sun goes down, that will shine quite brightly as a beacon all around. And you can see that there are dozens hanging off of this tower, are lots of other smaller magical lights, and there is a sigil on the door in front of it, and it was very well guarded. Like, it looks to be quite a important looking building at least. But the guards weren't wearing the Duke's army uniform. They look like private guards.
Okay.
This tower here, number 6, which I've labeled, again, you can see it because it rises up so high. This is a marvelous stone tower with a spiraling design, and it seems to have crystals that capture light and almost project faint images of a draconic shapes, as if like a dragon is maybe coiled around the tower itself. And again, it has elements of the Empress, this dragon. Like, it looks almost like it's meant to represent the Empress herself. And it is beautifully engraved, a masterpiece of stonework, this tower. You would also notice walking down this building here,
next to the Grumpy Hog.
number 4, is another shrine. This one you would recognize symbols of Saint Abranor. Saint Abranor, who is one of the saints, one of the ascended saints of the religion, known for the study of magic and mathematics, as well as systems of record keeping. And it seems to be like a public library, maybe with a records keeping department as well.
Okay.
And you would actually see the name of that building. This one here, number 4, I believe, is the House of the Quill and Scale.
Do you want me to start annotating the thing?
If you would like to, by all means.
Yeah.
If we are here, if we're getting names of things.
Yeah, absolutely.
House of the Quill.
Number
and
4 is the House of the Quill and Scale.
That's.
You can just put the House of the Quill on
Cool.
if it doesn't reach.
Is that like a thing? Like every city has a House of the Quill and Scale?
Probably not every city. And again,
Franchise.
Ashen Rest is a small city, very large town, and it's very wealthy. So you have a feeling that like probably all of the saints or the main saints have a shrine here, but it's probably not something that every town would have something like that.
Cool.
Yeah, do you want
And we didn't have a name
pass that
of
back when you-
5 and 6. And
No,
towers.
not yet.
you don't know this.
Okay.
Is that scale like dragon scale or?
Scale is in scale of weights. Yeah, scale.
Is that the same thing?
Double meaning, maybe.
It's spelled the same.
Just get the
could-
meaning.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, scale is in scale. Yeah, and quill, right? And quill. Yeah.
Kill.
Dead bird, yeah.
And
Spoilers.
Which
We're all dead.
Which one?
there is, and then finally the last one, which you guys can see. Obviously, you can see the Ducal Palace and things like that. Number 9 on the map over here is a weaponsmith's. It seems to be.
Oh, okay.
You can see like but we are talking like beautiful shop front, kind of like a Harrods of a weapons store. Like it's got a beautiful display with like filigreed full plate armor in the window. It's got like, red velvet kind of plush interior looking thing. Almost looks more like a fancy like wine store. There's no like weapons like on racks or things like that. If you peek in the door, it actually doesn't have any weapons on display, but there is, staff there who are talking to, mercenaries and travelers and things like that.
Do they have the prices in the window,
Yeah.
or is it so fancy?
There's no
it's
prices.
No price
to
tag.
be,
You
like,
can't afford it.
There's no prices.
by inquiry only.
Yeah.
But it is exceptional work.
Too exceptional for my blood.
It does look quite expensive.
That's a saying in culture.
Blood.
Yeah, I think you probably see Gruff like just looking longingly at it as we walk past, just like, especially the plate armor, just like.
One day.
How does it compare to the knight's armor? Garbage.
No. As in, like, this is probably like the armor that you saw Sir Griold wearing on the
Yeah.
door.
Yeah.
Very similar kind of. This
Oh,
is
okay,
like
yeah.
top quality stuff.
Do they do like parchment drawings of Sir Griel? No. Carry on.
You
Oh,
can.
they might do.
Go into one of the souvenir shops, see if they've got one.
I mean, like, things like historical, like, famous knights. You don't know how famous Sir Griold is. He is a knight of the realm, but you don't know if he's, like, very well known or famous and things like that. But, I mean, you know of
Sir
Sir
Isabel,
Isabel.
yeah.
Sir Isabel is a knight that you know very, very well and is known throughout the Empire as well in song and story.
So there aren't any like posters on some of the stores like I'm Sir
Oh,
Griol and this is my favourite store in.
Not of Sir Griold. There probably would be.
That's rubbing.
You probably would see, like, in those little souvenir shops, there are statues of various knights, mostly cauldron ones, although there's probably, like, very famous ones like Sir Isabel, who is known across the Empire. There's probably little Sir Isabel statues and figures, and especially for the kids, you get a little action figure or something, a little wooden doll. Things like that. Yeah.
If Gruff sees one, he's losing his mind. Like, he's just losing
You
his
just met the
mind.
real thing.
Yeah. No, but have you never heard
Sir
of
Isabel.
Sir Isabel?
Oh, Sir Isabel. Sorry, I thought you were talking about Griold. This is Tom talking, not Santius. It's very obvious.
He'll do the voice, guys. Come on, he'll do the voice.
Do the voice.
I'm not role playing right now.
All right. So yeah, I know I'm doing a lot of speaking because obviously it's a brand new place and
big town.
Scene setting.
describing a lot of stuff.
I love it.
Yeah, and this is a big, this is a pretty, like I said, it's a small city, but for you guys, it's pretty big. Like, especially those of you who have been traveling around to like Gruffith and Rowan, probably not been in a place this big before. Ophelia, this is probably what you would expect. This is like one of the smaller kind of cities. This is comparable to what you're used to back in Osseous.
Cool.
Like, this is like a small city, like, a provincial lord or something like a major priest or priestess might run like a city like this or something like that for one of the houses. Normally, like, the houses would each have a representation in a city of this size.
Nice.
Yeah. I've been to Kelskaris recently, but even that was like a rarity.
Yeah. And I think Daisy said that you've never been to anything like you've mainly stuck to villages and small towns and things, yeah.
All from humble origins. Literally everybody.
Yep.
Okay, should we check out the bathhouse?
Yes.
Yeah, Rowan's got his arms
Thinking.
pinned to his sides now.
Yeah, that's for the best.
Yep. Definitely. Definitely for the
I'm
best.
really sorry, guys. I had no idea.
No, it's okay.
No, it's my bad.
No, we'll get you all sorted out, all cleaned up, and then you'll be fresh
I've been
as...
stinky for days.
No,
I'm so sorry.
it's okay. It's something that I suppose it helps to be aware of in this
It's
setting.
good to let people know.
And now we can get you cleaned up, and you're all ready to go and make a good impression, and we can get our...
Does that mean I made a bad impression?
No, we haven't even seen anybody yet. We're gonna...
No, I meant
we're-
with you guys.
Oh,
I honestly haven't smelt a thing. But then Gruff lifts up his own arm.
And there's a distinct fishiness to Gruff as well. Rowan has like an earthy smell. It's not the worst, but it's very... With Gruff, there's a bit of a fish.
It
like, whiff.
pungent.
It sticks to the fur. Is the
is someone
problem.
cooking?
Let's go quickly.
Sure.
Yes.
You guys make your way. You move your way through the streets, move across off the main plaza, passing the various entertainers and things like that. And you come across, you make your way to the House of the Rose, a beautiful building decorated with statues and other artworks depicting the Tiefling, or Tiefling, as Tiefling Saint Typhine, as well as various acolytes, statues and art of children as well, and symbols of beauty and love. You can see that the main building is this kind of large structure. It seems to be large enough to maybe have separate floors, different parts. There is also a side building attached to the House of the Rose, and you can see outside there is like a small little outside garden and a garden in the rear of the whole shrine as well. But you see children playing. Not too many of them, maybe sort of half a dozen, 6, 7. And they are being sort of like escorted around by a priestess wearing robes and a priest as well, a human, who appear to be their teachers or caretakers or perhaps parents. And they're sort of like gathering them around, playing with them. Kind of as you go up there. You do see that there are several people kind of approaching the shrine and being turned away. There's a bit of a queue forming as well that kind of is going out of the door. But you make your way up. There are steps that lead up inside, and as it enters, you enter into the main chamber. And before you is a beautiful statue of Saint Typhine herself, depicted as this, not a Tiefling, but as a succubus, a full succubus demon, but in these beautiful robes, holding children in one arm, delicately sort of offering the other, almost as if inviting someone to come up and join her for an embrace. You can see that all around there are desks with mirrors, and you can see little ointments and hair treatments and things like that, all kind of scattered around the main temple. Imagine like a beautiful church, sort of main kind of chamber, but instead of pews and things like that, you have a bit of a makeup kind of counter, like a Sephora almost built into it. And there are acolytes and priests and priestesses who are, brushing people's hair or, helping them apply makeup or lotions. You can see that there also seem to be several rooms that are private rooms, and you see people come in, they chat to one of the priests or priestesses, they take them by the hand, they move off into one of these rooms, and there seems to be some sort of service that's being offered. Tea, absolutely.
Good cup of tea.
And yeah, there's a bit of a hustle and bustle. You don't immediately see the baths. You can see that there is an open door that leads out into a garden in the back, which seems to be people relaxing. It's just open to the public. But yeah, you guys enter the
It's just
temple.
a freebie just to come in here and just chill.
Yeah, so you see that there is a large kind of, there is like a large central, probably not like a bowl or anything like that. There is probably actually be a member of staff. There's probably a dwarven woman, and she has like silver earth skin sort of embedded into her neck, like little dots, almost like piercings. And she actually has like a box, like a collections box. And as people come in or as they go up and use the services and things like that, she goes up and speaks to them and they make a donation and then she goes off and things like that. So there seems to be, it's free, but donations are very much encouraged. You do see that two figures at the back of the temple who seem to be speaking to a group of citizens that have gathered around near a set of doors that lead, a set of stairs that lead down. You do see two more prominent figures, and you can probably tell by the way they're dressed that they are the leaders of the shrine. In this case, they would be referred to as Reverend Mother and Reverend Father. And they are both wild hearts of rabbits. They have like the rabbit ears. They're more humanoid, so they have the big long rabbit ears, kind of like tufty hair, little tails and things like that. And they are dressed in these very beautiful robes. The woman's is very low cut. The Reverend Father's is sort of very exposing of a very sculpted physique. You can literally have like, has his abs, on display, his arms very sleekly built. Very, very sort of sensual, alluring kind of vibes to them. But they're having this hushed discussion with these people that are gathered, and it doesn't quite look like everything's right. Like people are sort of asking them, and they're sort of like, kind of muttering to them and sort of ushering them away and things like that. You can see that the Reverend Mother has like a long stemmed pipe as well, and she occasionally like takes a suck on that and blows out a
Fat
shape
vape.
of, there is a bit of a fat vape, yes. From one of those like long stemmed like bronze pipes, basically.
Cool.
Why are you the way that you are?
Listen, we've got to make it so that he can visualize it, right?
Yeah.
If it's not a Sonic Adventure reference or vapes or SpongeBob SquarePants, he just won't understand. He's a zoomer.
Big SpongeBob fan.
SpongeBob.
Yeah,
Huge SpongeBob
huge fan of
fan.
SpongeBob.
No, I mean, to clarify, I'm getting really strong visuals from this entire place.
Yes.
I'm getting really
cool.
strong Mark's likes rabbit people.
Boobs.
Vibes.
I rolled races randomly.
Did you?
I did. I did. For all of my NPCs, they've been rolled randomly. It's a D1. Rabbit.
Mark default.
D1 to D100, up to 80 rabbits.
It's like Warhammer. Rabbit again.
Peasant. But no. But yeah, very, I'm sure you've got the strong visuals. As you guys enter, you do see a human, young man, probably in his like 20s, very perfectly kind of coiffed hair, looks like it's been like coated in like an oil and then, styled. Very slight makeup, like around the eyes, like a little bit of blue, kind of a little bit bronzer, cleanly shaven. Will just come up and say, day's blessings to you, friends. Is there anything I can help you with here in the House of the Rose today?
Oh, thank you. Yes, we are looking to have a bath, a little freshen up. We've just been on the road and we're looking to just pamper ourselves.
Oh, yes, I'm so terribly sorry. The baths are currently out of service at the moment.
No!
I'm so sorry. The Reverend Mother and Reverend Father are currently discussing, we're hoping to have it resolved as quickly as possible.
Do you have a time
so
frame?
Sorry.
Do you know when?
I'm afraid that there's an ongoing problem. I'm afraid I don't know how long it will be. We can offer other services. We can offer, cleaning. We have wash basins for cleaning faces and hands and feet and things like that. But our unique baths, our hot springs, are unfortunately not available.
I mean, that might have to do for now. Just a very quick Is that good enough for you, Ophelia?
I wanted to let my hair down a little bit.
If you wanted, you can speak with the Reverend Mother and Reverend Father, but I'm afraid that I don't know much more than that. They might have more information. I believe that we are currently trying to hire somebody with the skills necessary to make the repairs.
Well, what skills do you need?
Well, I really couldn't say. It's not really my my area of expertise. I could take you over to the Reverend Mother and Reverend Father, madam, if you wish.
Yes, please.
Of course, please. Are all of you together?
Yes.
I think we're all looking for similar treatment.
Of course. And just the baths you were looking for. Did any of you require the use of a communion room or any of our other services?
Oh, no, that's all right, thank you.
Of course. Well, you are always welcome in the house of Saint Typhine, whatever we can do to assist. But yes, come with me. And he would gesture and sort of lead you over. And as you get closer to the back of the House of the Rose, to the temple, you begin to overhear more snippets of the conversation, like, Reverend Mother, when will the bath be? It's been days in the rejuvenating waters, I feel my skin, things. And you see this older kind of dwarf is kind of speaking to her. And the bunny woman, who's quite tall, she's probably like 6 feet tall, and she kind of like leans down. She's like, I am so sorry, my dear. We are desperately trying to get it fixed as soon as possible. You don't happen to know any artificers or those with skilled in magic, do you, my dear? And he's like, well, I could have someone look into it from my house. If you wouldn't mind, and you sort of overhear these conversations approaching. The young acolyte will just say, Reverend Mother, Reverend Father, some others to speak to you about the baths, I'm afraid. And they turn on you, and there's a bit of a sort of like a source of exasperation as they do.
Appreciate you've probably told this story 100 times. But yes, we were hoping to use the baths, but apparently they are not working.
Are you all right, my dear? It took a long time for you to say that.
I was expecting you to interrupt me.
No. Oh, my dear, you've clearly not been to a shrine of Typhine for some while. It is our job to listen, not to speak over. The male rabbit sort of wild heart will kind of step forward, and she's just like, Sister, please. No, it's fine. I'm so sorry. Yes, we have had to explain it a few times today, but unfortunately we are having an issue with the baths, a problem that we need specialized skills to resolve. We are desperately trying to get it done as quickly as possible. Is there nothing else the temple... I must say, I've not seen any of you around before. I know most of our regulars.
Travellers, we just came from Burnell.
Welcome. Oh, from Burnell, yeah. And Burnell, is that the little place to the north? Yes, that's right, sister, yes. Well, I am Reverend Father Dandely. This is my sister, Reverend Mother Aurel. Welcome, travellers, to the House of Lover.
I'm Sister Ophelia Della Rosa.
Oh.
Yes, lovely to meet you. I'm terribly sorry about your bath problems. Is there anything we can do to help?
Sort of takes you in for a minute, and Aurel, the sister, kind of like looks you all over as well. Sees a few of you carry weapons, and you have sort of strange accoutrements, and she kind of... You haven't got any experience dealing with spirits, like water creatures and things, have you?
Is that what's? I'm sure you carry on.
Okay. Are you doing fine?
Are you all right? And she comes quite intimately close and just like puts her hand on your shoulder. You sure you're all right?
It's been a long travel, and
poor thing. And she almost starts to stroke your head, like unless you like pull away. She's like, oh, you poor thing.
It's strange, but I think I just need a good, relaxing bath. But if it's water, you know what?
Well,
Just stop. Just stop.
the pair basically usher away the other people that they were talking to, who seem to be just disgruntled citizens, basically asking about it. They usher them away and sort of bring you all into their confidence. Yes, it began a few days ago. We have beneath the temple are the baths. We draw up water from the heated springs, geothermal springs down below. And we have a number of magical fountains that draw the water up and also add sort of a very subtle enchantment to help with rejuvenation and relaxation and that sort of thing. A few days ago, something is going wrong with the magic, and the water itself is sort of coming to life. And it's not harmful, it's not causing pain, but it's very aggressive and it began sort of just disrupting people that came down for the baths, creating a very unrelaxing atmosphere. And so we sent a few of our acolytes down. They were able to disperse these spirits quite easily. They're just water and it doesn't take much to disperse them. But then they would come back more aggressive, more sort of disruptive. And now we can't even get into the bath chambers themselves. The spirits just immediately blast with water, send you flying, that sort of thing, make it almost impossible to do the repairs. It's not dangerous per se, just troublesome.
We've had our fair share of aggressive creatures on the road. We dealt with some terrible gnolls on the way in.
Oh my goodness, it would be nothing like that, my dear. Nothing so dangerous or deadly. We just need people who have the right sort of skills, I suppose, to overcome these spirits and fix whatever is wrong with the enchanted fountains.
Do you believe the source of these spirits to be?
We don't know, that's the thing, my dear.
Okay.
Yes, I'm afraid that, as my sister said, we don't know. The fountains have worked for years. The temple has been around for hundreds of years, long before me and my sister took over, and they've never had this sort of problem. We don't know what's caused it, but clearly something is disrupting the magic or causing these spirits to become agitated or some such. We've been trying to hire someone to investigate it, see if they can detect what is wrong with it, but it's just been quite tricky to pinpoint someone.
We can do this for you.
I mean, we would be ever so grateful if you could. We'd be more than willing. Normally we ask travellers for a donation to the temple to use the baths. Of course, we would let you use them if you were able to solve this. You'd be more than welcome to use them. And, well, I'd be happy to provide some of our services sort of pro bono, I suppose, sister. Oh, yes, of course, obviously not on a permanent basis, but if there was something you needed, we would return the favour. I'm afraid we don't have much coin to pay you with. Everything we get, we funnel back into running the orphanage or running the services that we provide here, but...
I think we're all in agreement. We're just happy to help.
Oh, that's very kind of you. And she's obviously looking up at Rowan, who is much taller than any of them here. And she just smiles sweetly at you, like takes your big hand. It's like, that would be so lovely.
Sorry.
Is he still trying to keep his arms up by his side, though?
It's all right.
Penguin.
Is there something wrong?
Oh, just a bit stinky.
Oh, please, that's not a problem at all.
But
We'll all be cleaned up soon enough.
I'll stand back. Go on.
And she smiles, and you can make an insight check if she's, faking it or something like that. She seems unperturbed by, your stinkiness.
17.
Yeah, she seems to be very comfortable, does not, even, your dirty clothes, there's mud and things under your fingernails, shows no sign of, disgust. She's, holds your hand, and it's, gently kind of, just, not, patting it, but there's something very motherly about, her behaviour. It's very tactile. The brother doesn't seem to be as physical, but he's always smiling, is maybe, comes over and probably would, compliment Daisy, on your bodice. He'd be like, I love the flowers, darling, they're beautiful.
Thank you. I sewed some of them myself.
Oh, yeah, they've done a wonderful job. It's very complimentary. Probably finds something to compliment each of you about, whereas, she's a lot more physically affectionate.
Stop.
Yeah. Yeah, it would probably be, probably for Xanthias, it would be scales look impeccable.
Oh,
just
do they?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Xanthias, for Gruff, it would probably be, your mane would just be oh, this is so wonderful. How do you keep it so fluffy? We have a perfect oil for this. This would go wonders with it.
I don't wash it.
Yeah. Oh. Natural oils, sometimes the best.
Oh, he turns around and throws up. Out of interest, when we were on the plaza, or even now we're just in the city, are we seeing, is everyone we're seeing Cauldron, or are we seeing, people from Ice Heart?
Yeah. Probably places like Ice Heart, because it's so far away, probably not as common.
I'm a rare bean.
I would say as you were traveling through the city, the most common places are you would have seen people dressed in sort of the customs of the Suncrest Isles, Mistwald, Gildeye, and maybe Urdaskia, which is the Black Dragon province.
Okay.
Gildai being the Gold Dragon province, and the Suncrest Isles being the Bronze Dragon province. The Azar Steppe, Iceheart, probably are a little bit too far away to be common. There's probably one or two, but like Gruff, like would definitely stand out a little bit.
I think if you saw anyone from Iceheart, they would be traders, like kind
Yes.
of
Traitors.
traders.
Let's take them down.
Yeah,
But we what I mean
Swordshore
is like,
traders and like ore traders and things like that.
Yeah,
but for like Rowan and Gruff, it's not like they've come into this town. They are filthy.
No. Yeah.
there are other people who've been on the road for a long time.
It
as well.
rained like a couple of days
You're just
ago.
weary travelers. Like
It's
you've
fine.
just been traveling.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
nobody's like egads. Like, and that's also not the Cauldron thing. Like they know that people get, it's not like a culture of like, no, you must be clean all the time.
Sure.
It's just they expect you to take pride in your appearance.
Okay.
The way I see it, it sounds like a fun way to have a bath.
I suppose it's one way.
I did mention that these creatures are not dangerous. So, and these are our baths, and we take a lot of effort to keeping the waters as clean as possible and things like that. So, I would have to ask you to remove things like your armors and clothing and things like that, as if you were normally going there. We'd like to keep it as clean as possible.
Now?
As Rowan starts taking off his jerkin.
Well, it doesn't have to. We have changing rooms as you go down the stairs. There are places to change and things like that there. I mean, obviously, if you're not comfortable taking off your clothing, but dirty armor, there's certainly no need for things like weapons or things like that, I'd imagine. I suppose you could take them if you needed them.
I would prefer to keep my clothing on, please. And I have some magical ability. I might be able to identify.
I think that's the tricky part, is we need somebody who can identify what maybe the problem is and also perhaps fix it.
I will do my best.
Good. Well, if you think that you have the skills, we'd be more than welcome to reward you for any assistance.
I think between all of us, we might be able to find something, or at least get you in the right direction.
That would be wonderful. Would you, are you free now? Is this something, I mean, the faster we can do this, the better for us, I'll be honest.
I mean, we were hoping to have a bath.
Yeah, I'm looking at Ophelia.
I just wanted to have a bath.
I don't think anything can happen until we have a bath. So, this is of pressing urgency.
All right, very good. Well, if you follow me then, Dandelion, you'll be all right managing things up here. Oh, yes, sister, not a problem. Yes, let's get this fixed as soon as possible. We've got people waiting for the baths. And he'll just merge out into the thing, goes around, shakes hands, seems to be a very friendly kind of guy. Whereas Aurel will basically lead you down the steps, and as you're going to go down these stone steps, very kind of softly lit. Imagine that kind of spa feeling where they have like the soft kind of glow, like lighting. There's like almost faint illusory music that's playing that you can hear as you go down there. And you can see that there are little chambers for like more treatments, and then also like big open changing rooms. They're not gendered, it is just one big open space here. But there are like, storage chests for you to like store gear and things like that as well. So as she leads you down there, if any of you do want to sort of like, take off any gear or like store things before you go into the baths, this is the place to do it. I need to go and get something.
Okay.
It's a really big mini.
I wonder if it comes with, those horrible little mesh pants you get.
Yeah.
Spa.
You have to put a little cap
Yeah,
on
the
as well.
disposable
Flip-flops.
ones. Yeah.
Flip-flop. Rowan's putting that on if that's the case.
Really like thin towel.
Yeah.
Just like-
I'm going to put on those like gloves. What are they called?
That like scrape off the
Scrape-
exfoliation.
Oh, the
exfoliation
buffalo
gloves. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to tear one of you apart. One of those.
that might actually just brush rough though.
That's true. Yeah.
Like a brush glove.
Oh, maybe we should get
Yeah,
one
it's
of
like
those.
when you do the cat grooming.
Well, I was going to
and
get
you
the
end up
cat
with
tongue
a-
thing.
Oh, okay.
When you put in
You
your
can go to
mouth,
town?
You can lick the cat.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
You love that.
I mean, he won't
Got
say
ourselves a
no.
map, baby.
It's map time.
Offensive.
How
I have to move the PTZ a little bit.
how unclothed are we talking?
Yeah, does this establishment come with tiny little mesh pants?
There would be, have you seen like the little Japanese like loincloths? Like there'd probably be something like that. Like it's like a sanitary thing. So there would be like a little pair of like, an underwear like wraps up the top for women or for, folks whoever like, or, there'd be something, yes.
Nipples.
Rowan is down to that.
Sure. He's got a little loincloth.
Tiny
just in his
loincloth.
pants.
And flip-flops.
Even smaller
that
on
keeps
you.
his flip-flops on.
Keep your flip-flops on, sure. Okay.
Gruff's immediately naked.
Sure. Yep. Why would you care?
Why did you look at me? You weirdo!
Katie, maintain eye contact.
What do you think of that? motherfucker?
Immediately naked.
And he's got a leg behind his head. licking his thigh.
But yeah, no, I mean it makes sense, right? Gruff wouldn't care.
One, he's a druid. Two, he comes from a culture where they are very, I don't know,
Comfortable?
like comfortable. They just share long houses. They sleep in piles.
You just have a bit of a sauna, an ice hot sauna. You know, you go in the sauna.
You go in the sauna, and you got to be naked in
Everyone
the
gets a bit
sauna.
naked in the sauna. It's okay.
I do imagine a sauna-like culture, like the Swedes and Norwegians and Finnish.
I'd say that that's something
Scandinavians.
Cauldre and Ice Heart have in common because they both have geothermal
Yeah.
like areas. A lot of the other places in the Empire don't have that as much, whereas Cauldre and Ice Heart have that a lot.
Yeah.
So actually, that's like a common thing. You're like, oh yeah, hot springs, like
Yeah.
saunas, totally your vibe.
Yeah, as soon as like the word hot spring was mentioned, Gruff is immediately more interested. Yeah. Like he was resistant to a bath, but you said hot spring and he's like, I'm there. Okay, let's go. Naked. Let's go in. If anyone is looking uncomfortably, he would probably be like, and look for this loincloth. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, this is entirely option as well. Like Aurel's
the moment
not
that happens-
demanding it.
I'm role playing this.
My eye line is perfectly like 90 degrees. The moment that happens, I'm not looking down.
Well, Kim, I think it does mean you have to roll it.
Oh no.
No, I'm checking. You don't have to. You absolutely don't have to. It's
Where's
a
the
good joke, though.
D30?
Now, Rowan hasn't got naked yet, but you have a reputation. You have to do it.
Well, Lucius never got naked and rolled.
No, you did. You literally rolled. You rolled a
for
one.
it.
I rolled, but it wasn't
rolled a
because I was naked.
7, wasn't it?
I think it was you got naked for something.
Someone got a
Oh,
1.
it was
know,
his
right?
pants. He was in his
Swimming
pants.
It was in his pants. Well, in that case, then I think it's time for the Rowan roll.
It's a big one.
This is huge. Do you want to use
Will
the
the bigger dice
crucible?
make it bigger?
Do you want the big?
That's the point. We didn't do
D20?
crucible.
didn't do
We
the
can do that after this roll because you can't add it to this roll.
Fate. Fate has turned
sure
on
we
you.
can't?
Well, I guess you could. I don't see why.
Let's see if it's in the rules.
Now
Well,
I've
no,
rolled on
it would be a spend them to get something. But I think I want to just see.
Get the big D20. This is a big moment. This is a huge moment.
That rolls a lot of ones. I'm just
For those who are new, if you're new to Altheya, it's been a tradition
What
in every
rolls?
campaign
That we are
that
giant
Chris
children.
Trott rolls his penis size,
have.
and that's something he has always done.
I did it for Reynard.
Did you?
I did, yeah. Got
Oh,
19.
you did, yeah.
I think I did it for
did.
Juto.
Did you? Okay.
Oh.
It's respectful.
It's you know what? It's an 8.
It's a respectful
It's
eight.
average. It's
fine.
average.
For a half giant.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's the other thing is we have to remember he is a yacht
giant
here.
8.
So it is a half giant 8.
It's not going to cause me any problems.
No.
No tripod in.
I think that if it had been a 10, that would have been perfect because we would have had
A 20,
21 and a 10.
I'm too scared.
So I'm like, in terms of range bands, to me that's a 10. It's an average, which I think is fitting.
Are those
Average.
sunglasses?
Right. But yeah, just and as to clarify as well, this looks like this the temple has multiple bath chambers down here. For the purposes of this, if you can solve one, we'll just say that you can go around and do the others because you know what you're doing. But the first one
Okay.
is the one where you got to figure stuff out. So I'm not going to run the encounter several times, but there are several of these bathing chambers down here to accommodate all the visitors who want to come.
They all have the same.
similar fountain. Yeah, they all have
Yeah.
the same fountains, the same problem.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Anything else from anybody else before you step inside?
Well, for me, I'm not. My gloves are still on. Maybe I'll
Fully
take
dressed.
off like the cloak and any
Keep your shirt and
over the top stuff. So I'm not like just gonna come out of here with all my clothes like wrapped around me, soaked. So a little bit more bare bones, but
Okay.
covered.
Okay.
I feel like Daisy has like layers
Yeah.
to her outfit, so she'd take off.
You'd have like the
top
linen
layers.
sort of
She'd
under
have,
like
the
pants and,
linens
like the linen little dress and
yeah,
stuff.
she'd have like a little slip dress kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Pantaloons.
Yeah, little pants,
Sure.
little pantaloons.
Bloomers.
Bloomers.
I think Ophelia would just do the full wrap and pants combo.
Yeah.
She likes a bath. Like, baths are a pleasurable thing in Osseous, and
Yeah.
it's just part of her culture to indulge in as much pleasure as she wants.
Yeah.
She got her hair up in a towel.
Oh, I think she just have it fully down, like the
turban,
plaits
like,
taken
yeah.
out, like she's just fully ready to embrace whatever this is.
Yeah, I suppose in Ossis it'd be more the kind of like private baths. Like the idea of a communal bath is probably a bit sort of like, oh, this is a bit strange. But like the idea of like a private bath is like very common in Ossis, yeah, for sure.
Does Percival wear the little net pants?
He doesn't have.
Although he's been advised
Anything.
to stay in his robe though, because he freaks people out.
Yeah. Just leave him outside for this.
Could just leave him outside.
He doesn't
Do
need
you want to
a
just
bath.
leave Percival outside?
I think I'll just leave him outside
Sure.
for now.
Yeah. I mean, Percival takes care to like wash his robe like when he can get the chance. So like he doesn't stink. Like he is, he's been out in the rain. He's pretty
bone
clean.
takes
But he himself, he doesn't really need a bath.
All right.
Bones don't sweat.
So
Gruff is absolutely taking his staff though because
Sure.
he is never separated from that
You
staff.
want to do a staff roll? We talking about the same thing here?
No.
Oh.
I'm just gonna move you guys.
Get your mind out of the gutter. I'm a
the
wholesome boy.
bathhouse.
I'm a wholesome boy.
My assumption would be that Gruff, and probably actually, it sounds like Rowan would probably be the first ones in.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
Bursting the door open.
Loincloth.
The clothes that they walked in with are like attached to the door, so before the door they're clothed through the door.
We'll have Percival just outside the door so he can still see in and things like that.
Oh, nice.
You guys enter this chamber, and like I said, it's got that soft underglow lighting, kind of that soft, dull, orangey, golden glow coming from torches, magical lights, it seems to be, in four corners of the room. And when you step inside, you can see basically like a little relaxation chamber, like an underground baths. You can see there are tables and chairs, there are benches, there is a large fountain in like a circular pool that is almost like bubbling. It's like a little jet like whirlpool bath kind of thing. And then there are at the far edge, pouring into the main bath itself are these kind of wall-mounted fountains that are pouring the water in. Heavy scent of like a lavender and herbs, like has that kind of very beautiful kind of like floral smell. There is this hot steam, very, very beautiful. But the second that you guys emerge in, you begin to see water sort of coalescing into shapes in the room itself.
Ruh-roh.
And that is where we're going to roll initiative.
Okay.
First initiative of the year.
No biggie.
Aggressive.
Oh, was our first roll of it?
God.
No, it
Is there
was
a nice
not.
golden
Well, I did say that they were
glow
aggressive.
ambience?
I said that they weren't deadly.
Well, you said aggressive.
I said that they'd be aggressive, yeah.
Maybe not spell.
It's a bit green, a bit mildewy.
Well, my first roll of the year.
Hang on.
Oh dear.
Oh, no.
Let's retcon the year.
One.
Oh, no.
No.
I'm going to go around Daisy,
22.
Xanthius,
2. No. 3.
Gruffith,
Yeah.
9.
Rowan,
15.
Ophelia.
Same's 15.
Nice, bro.
What's your dex modifier, Ophelia?
My dex mod is +2.
What's yours, Rowan?
Mine is plus 0.
All right, so Ophelia will go first. I'll actually bump you up to 16. And then our magical water. This. So, yeah,
Smart water.
you guys emerge in. It is smart water. It's got electrolytes in it. You guys step in, and you can see the three magical fountains are this kind of alcove-looking thing here, this one here, and then this kind of one in the central whirlpool area down here as well. All of them are definitely, you can see like runes have been inscribed into them, very beautifully carved. They are pouring water in, pulling it from this underground geothermal spring, pouring it into the baths. And there is a distortion in the air around all three of them. But the water itself pulls itself to life, almost kind of taken on amorphous shapes. Not humanoid shapes, just kind of like these strange shapes. This one looks more like a kind of coil, like a tentacle almost. And they are rising up. Don't know what they're gonna do. Can't tell their emotions or anything like that. They are just water. But we are Daisy to go first.
Why me?
I do keep, in fact, if you were wearing any armor, please remove it from your AC as well. You have to mentally take that off.
Oh,
your AC.
yeah.
So your AC, if you're not wearing armor, is just 10 plus your dex.
I think I'm still good then.
10.
Just keep that in your head, because In fact, actually, I'll try and write it down because I think I'm going to need to remember.
11.
Hey, why is my armor so low?
Mine's
Oh,
11
wow.
anyway.
Mine's just aesthetic.
Yeah, no.
So
it's just
11, Gruff.
Yes.
Xanthius, what's yours?
11.
Daisy, what's yours?
13.
13. Ophelia, what was yours?
Just standard dex.
Yeah, 10 plus dex.
10 plus dex.
Mod. So 12.
Yes.
All right.
My brain broke.
That's right.
Low
Yeah.
AC boy.
So yeah, Daisy, this is what you see before you.
I will step around towards the one at the back corner.
Like 5, 10.
Yeah, I guess. Is it doing anything when I'm walking closer to it? Or?
So yeah, you can see it's beginning kind of to distort its form, and it's beginning to like churn and roil. Like but it's hard to. It's water.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem. You don't know what it's going to do. Remember, this is all happening simultaneously.
Hello.
It's not their initiative yet.
Hi. Just gonna have a look over here. Can I try and get close to the actual, like the wall, wherever the mechanism or anything is?
So when you step here, Daisy, at this point, its reaction takes off. And as you get closer, it and surges water at you. I need you to make a strength saving throw for me, please.
Well, for me. Ooh.
What?
Oh, no, I thought that was an 18. No, 12.
A 12 just barely fails, unfortunately. As the water hits you, it's like a jet of water pushes you back. 5, 10, 15. Xanthius, can you make a dexterity saving
Pushed
throw
into
for
me.
me? Yep.
Sorry.
As
Quite the blast.
Natural 1.
all right, the two of you go sprawling and land prone, basically on the floor next to each other. As Daisy, you are blasted by this water. As the water hits you as well, like it is warm and pleasant, but you can almost feel that there's this like rejuvenative kind of like lovely. It would normally, if you soaked in, it'd feel lovely, but it almost seems to be too enhanced, and your skin feels really slippery, and like as you try and stand up, your skin is so smooth as it's been exfoliated so much that you're like, what? And you can barely like stand. If you try and move on your next turn, you have to make an acrobatics check to try and like move around as you are. You've been exfoliated.
Super.
You have the condition exfoliated.
I don't think that's on D&D Beyond.
It is not on D&D Beyond. No, you will have to just
One
remember you have
stack of
one stack of exfoliation.
Oh, that's brilliant.
All right.
Okay, I'm just gonna sit up, and now her hair was lovely and curled, and it's now she just looks sopping wet. Just
Yes.
like,
Just like straight.
yeah, yeah. It's
Your
like,
speed
oh,
became 0 for the rest of the turn, by the way. So when you got blasted back,
fine,
you get knocked
that's
down,
fine.
and then your speed becomes 0.
Sorry, Xanthius. Sorry.
Oh,
All right. So Daisy, unless there's anything else you want to try and do on your turn, you still have your action, okay?
I'm on the floor. I don't know what to do.
In that case, we go to Ophelia.
Just gonna let it happen.
I think Ophelia's gonna try.
This one has used a reaction.
Okay, I'll go to the same one again.
Okay.
And can I try and do an Arcana check on it?
30. So as you get past this one, because you're doing this as it gets blasted by Daisy, it doesn't have a reaction left to do this to you. So yeah, you get up to it. Yeah, you can absolutely make an Arcana check. Do you want to do Arcana on the water creature or on the fountain?
On the fountain.
Okay, give me an Arcana check, please.
10.
10. That is enough for you to discern that there is something like an errant magic in the air which is disrupting the magic of the fountain and is causing this creature to reform. On a 10, I will tell you that you think if you destroy this water, you think it's very easy to destroy. Like one solid hit will probably disperse it, but it will just come back almost immediately and probably be more aggressive. And it might be able to like be stronger, or you know its DCs and things might go up and stuff like that.
Exfoliates your skin right off.
To fix this, you think that sufficiently, basically, you can somebody can use a spell, like a first level spell, make a check, and they can try and disperse this malign magic which is influencing the fountain by spending a spell slot and making a spellcasting check.
Can I relay that back?
Yeah, absolutely. It's basically the idea of like, there's some sort of malign magic. I need somebody with magic to come and disperse it, basically. Yep. You know enough that it shouldn't be too much to disrupt it, but you've got to get close. You have to be within 5 feet of it to do it.
Okay.
And this thing is like gearing up, it looks like it's turning, ready to blast you with water.
Can I Can I like keep it distracted on me? So
you can try.
keep within its range and keep it focused on me while someone else goes up and does the.
But it was your action to do the Arcana check, I'd say. So you could either like move around and then just try and be another threat
I
for it.
just want to be annoying for it.
Sure. Yeah.
Distract it.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. Do you want to like attack it, or are you just trying to be like, hey, look at me?
Yeah,
kind of
look
thing?
at me, like yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Dead water.
All right. Well, I'll make a check. I'll make a check on its turn to see who it's attacked.
Cool,
I'll do like
okay.
an insight check or something for it. All right.
Yep.
Okay. That was Ophelia's turn. Rowan.
Rowan thuds up with his slappy big feet to the edge of that water.
20.
Just to the edge there, not up to Ophelia.
To here. Yeah.
That sounds really important, and I'm going to do it right away.
I dip my hands into the water and start cleaning my armpits.
Okay.
I'm getting right on it. Don't worry, Ophelia.
So your action is to wash armpits.
Wash my armpits.
Great. Wow. You rub it's so soft and smooth. The smell just immediately goes. Oh, it feels lovely. Just, you wish you could always just soak in it. Like it's just, But scrub away, easily done. 6 seconds, both armpits done.
Fantastic.
Damn, 6 seconds.
All right. After Rowan, it is Gruff's turn.
Gruff will do the same. Gruff will. I guess the reaction's gone off for that bad boy, hasn't he?
It does seem to be.
So I guess let's all clump up in the corner, and do what Ophelia said to do.
20, 25. Yeah, 25 feet. The water, by the way, is difficult terrain to move through. If you get into the pool itself, water is difficult terrain. So you get to this one. So this is, for you, it'll be a wisdom. So it's just D20 plus wisdom. That's it. And you're looking to be DC 13 currently.
That's a 13 plus
Plus your wisdom modifier.
3.
Yeah, so 16. So you kind of come up there, and you being more attuned to the natural energy and primal magic, which is a druid source of magic, there is definitely some sort of malignant force, and it's not primal magic. You know that you're not sure what is causing this, but you reach in and the stone and the water, and you can almost feel that heat below you and the water itself, and calling on the energy of the elements, you are able to kind of almost cleanse it, almost bringing like a light to burn away this malignant energy. So mark off a level 1 spell slot. Or a spell slot that you have as you watch the magic burn away from this fountain. That fountain is now cleansed. The creature doesn't immediately disappear from that fountain, but that fountain is now cleansed of whatever was disrupting it.
Cool. One down.
Yep, that's it for me. I just thought I could do a bonus action, but I can't. So
Sure.
I guess I'll relay the success of that to whoever's listening and not washing their armpits.
All right, okay. The water's turn. This one here is going to make a check to see if it can tell that Ophelia's basically trying to keep it distracted. It's failed, so its focus very much is on Ophelia. It is going to use, however, unfortunately for you, Ophelia, whilst it is focused on you, it surges like a wave, which is actually 10 feet wide, and it's actually going to catch the 3 of you.
Damn.
So I need Rowan, Ophelia, and Gruff to all make strength saving throws, please.
Strength saving.
Okay.
14.
14 is a success.
12.
12 is a failure.
Did it on my iPad.
You have physical dice.
11.
by the way. 11, that is also a failure. So Gruffith, you managed to kind of plant yourself down, focusing on this magic, and you are not washed away. But Ophelia and Rowan, you both are exfoliated.
Exfoliated.
I sit up,
Oh, there's
ready
a
to
big
stand up.
pile.
This is
Wait
now
for
a
me,
pile.
Daisy.
You are all like on top of each other, just like you're all slippery except for.
He's a half giant, and I'm
Yeah.
just like,
I'm at the bottom of this, man.
So you are at the bottom, which you are going to need to make a check to clamber.
But they are all exfoliated.
They are all exfoliated.
Between like limbs and arms and stuff, you just see Rowan's head like this.
Hello.
How do I smell, Xanthius?
Smell great. Get off me.
As this big column of water kind of like just disperses all over you.
I like
if
to imagine.
Ophelia is way too close to Daisy, she's gonna get freaked out.
Gruff, you get an attack opportunity if you would like to take one, as this creature is going to surge back towards its friend.
I like to to imagine this is because of like I don't know Gruffith's sea legs and like is kind of used to tides a little bit,
Yeah,
and he's just looking at you guys like landlubbers.
Just wait till you get exfoliated.
I'm actually not going to
Attack. Sure.
No, I can do. There's a cantrip I can use, but I don't have anything that is like
What is it? Tell me.
shape water. Shape water.
I would say
Shape water.
if you would like to use that as a sort of, I mean, what would you do with it? Like, imagine you have the reaction to try and make an attack, but instead you're going to use the cantrip. What would you do with it?
Good question. I just thought it sounded fancy.
Okay, well, maybe not now, but you can definitely use, like, feel free to be creative with this one.
Well,
Like,
it does.
there's no danger.
It does say that you can
Unless you get
freeze-
too exfoliated.
It says you can freeze the water provided there are no creatures in it, but it is a creature, so
We'll find out. You can try it on your next turn.
Okay.
All right.
fine.
So that is this one's gonna go. These two, as there's no immediate threats, they are actually going to conjure like big clouds of steam that completely surround these two areas and fill it with this thick, thick mist, like the fog cloud spell. So there is now a giant fog cloud around here. Peering into it, there basically you can't see inside the cloud at the moment.
Shoot.
That's right, we're not going anywhere.
Can't go anywhere anymore.
All right.
Amazing.
So that is the water. So it brings us to poor Xanthias
At the bottom of the pile.
round.
Rowan, thank you for wearing the underwear.
The loincloth just.
It's on my face. I want to get out of this pile.
Sure. Give me an athletics check with advantage.
I will find with advantage.
Because they're all slippery. They're all
That's true.
exfoliated.
Okay, I got +1 to it. Natural 20.
Yeah.
Someone
out.
someone moves just a little bit, and I like a bottle rocket.
I will let you stand up for free.
Thank you.
Wits out.
Thought you were gonna just like a seal, just. glide
Oh,
down.
also, my deepest apologies to those who've acted. We forgot because we didn't do it at the start of the thing because it's been what? The
Crucible.
So because that, you guys might want to spend Crucible die
Yeah.
on this.
T6, yeah.
I will say
A
that
D6 from everyone, please.
unavailable for me for this turn. Is it 3 up, isn't it? Oh, fuck.
It is a 1, 2, 3. I get 1. 4, 5, 6. You guys.
I
get.
have so far never gained one.
I will never gain one.
So I'm assuming that's 2 for me
Yeah.
from this
Yeah,
side.
3 for Katie,
3
1
for
for me.
Okay.
5.
A 5.
Thank you, Kim.
A
5.
5.
A 5!
High five, mate.
Table.
And
Five
I
aside.
rolled a 6, so it is 4 to you guys.
Two.
So you currently have 4 Crucible die to spend. Remember,
People.
remember,
I
you
wanna-
can look at them. You've got your sheet on what they can be spent.
I want to see the continued Crucible, like who gained, who lost, because I feel like this side of the table
You
is
always.
lost. I've never.
Re is like
only lost
50-50.
one.
Rolled a 1.
Yeah.
I've only
This
lost
is my
one.
second good one, I
Yeah.
think,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
of all the episodes
I
that
have
we've used.
never done a good one.
Lord.
Well, you can use it if you want to, Xanthia. So it's,
Okay.
yeah, it's fine.
Well, my plan is they are made of water, they are steamy, but they could be steamier.
Oh god.
So, I mean, they are also in fog. So I want to just shoot a burning hands at these watery creatures. So I'll move as close to. How deep is this water in the middle?
It's pretty deep. So, like I said, once you get away from the ledge, any squares here are difficult terrain. So
Okay.
you would go 5, 10.
I'll go to what would be the edge of the fog
15.
cloud then.
So that would be. So you would be basically be next to this guy if you did.
Okay. I guess I can't actually see him now, right?
This guy just barely. It's like a 10-foot thing. However, he did get his reaction back, and as you move closer, Xanthias, I need a strength saving throw.
Strength save. I don't want to get, because I'm going to get blasted into the pile.
Yeah.
How is it lining up this well?
As you move.
I'm using the fate dice. I
Okay.
don't want to go into this pile. So, sorry, just a regular strength.
Strength saving throw.
Oh, good God. 12, which is not a success.
Exfoliated.
Well, there's your fate dice.
Yep, I'll take. I've got
That goes to your side. It's now, what, 3 and 3?
3 and 3. Perfect. So as you run up, channeling this flame about to burst out your hand, this thing just blasts you with water, and you. Go flying
They're
back.
counter hammy-harring me.
Yeah, they are
My
very
fire,
much doing that.
my burning hands gets countered by their water blast.
And you are now exfoliated.
Damn it! Stack of exfoliation.
All right, Daisy,
Ruined.
we come back up to you. So you can stand up. You can
try.
stand up for free.
Can I? If
Yeah,
I'm...
it's moving where you have to make the checks.
Oh, I thought I was in the pile.
Oh no, because Xanthias was at the bottom. So I'd say that it's.
Although she would now be at the bottom.
No, that's true. Actually, yeah. Give me an athletics
With
check.
me at the top.
That's true. That's true. Very good point. You're right. I forgot you fell back on top.
You need to remember the order of this
Yeah.
pile.
So it would then be Rowan next, then Ophelia, because Rowan was behind
yeah.
Ophelia.
Oh, that's all right.
That's a 9.
So I'd say it costs you half movement to get out of the pile.
I don't know if Daisy would be able to get out because,
That's true.
to be honest, she's not very strong.
Just succumb to it.
and that fucker's on top.
Rowan would try at least a plank,
Yeah.
some
You're,
gaps to-
you failed it. That's what the saving throw is there.
Planking
So
help.
it will just cost you half movement to get
Okay.
out. So you've currently got 15
my
feet of
back.
movement left.
Okay,
Yeah.
what I might do
You can dash, don't forget, as well as your action.
is instead of if it's gonna be too slippy to get up, I might try and like commando crawl my way along the floor.
Okay. So you want to stay
In the
prone.
general direction of that way.
Okay. Yeah, I'd
Towards
say
that,
you don't have to make a check, and also because you're slidey, you don't get any extra movement, but you can just sort of
commando
wiggle.
crawl.
Yeah.
Avoiding.
You can't
legs
commando
and-
crawl through water. Well, you'd have
No,
to
I'm not
swim.
going in the water.
Yeah.
But I want to go around towards that fountain.
Oh, this one? So
the one that's further away. Yeah.
15.
And then I'll
moves.
dash.
And then, so then you dash. Dash
It's like faster commando crawl.
So do you want to go round, or are you going to go through into the fog? There's a big fog
I'll
cloud
go
here.
around for now.
Okay.
And then
You slide under a table.
yeah. I might stay under the table until the fog clears, to be honest.
You wanna stay
I'm
under
gonna
this
stay
table?
Under the table. I'm gonna just stay there. I like it there. There's
Safe.
good.
All right,
Safe.
I'll put you on top, just so we know you're under it. Okay, so you slide under the table, and it's almost like once you get moving, you're so slippery, you just kind of keep going. Like, it's
That's
like
what
there's
the
no
dash is.
friction. Yeah.
You stop moving, but you keep.
Well, it's either that or I get up and do
Yeah.
like you know, like when you slide on your socks on a kitchen floor and
Yeah.
you just.
Yeah, that's exactly it. We don't do any action.
I'm gonna retcon it to say that I do the sock slide and
Sure.
slide.
Sure.
I'm gonna slide on my
Sock slide.
feet
Dun, dun,
and
dun,
then-
dun, 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 dun.
crouch under the
And
table.
the sunglasses.
Well, action.
yeah.
Would you like to do anything as an action? I mean, you're under a table. Do you want to hide?
No, see, the thing is, I know that you need magic to do these things.
To actually
so I don't
fix
know
it,
if
yes.
I can actually fix anything. I don't think
You could-
I can. Could I? Try and ask
You
Nim?
can try.
Could I ask
you-
Nim and say, can
You
help
tune in.
fountain?
There's like a faint. There's like a laughter going on. Like when you kind of tune in.
Damn,
There's like
that's
a.
bold.
Oh wow.
Don't
just
laugh
like-
at me! Don't laugh at
It's
me!
just. It's a little funny. It's a bit funny, little one.
Unmuted comms just to laugh at you.
That's what you do to me on Discord all the time.
If you get me close to the fountain, I will try. But it sounds like from what Ophelia said, it sounds like magic is needed. But maybe we could distract one of these creatures, let one of the others get close to it, or something.
Okay, fine. I guess. So I still have a little bit of movement left then.
Yeah, you've got about like
can
10,
I-
15 feet.
Basically, I'm just gonna go towards the fountain and try and make it use its
Its reaction on you. It will do, yes. It's a strength saving throw. These things aren't thinking, they're just reacting to whatever comes, like whatever threat.
14.
14's enough. So, it would be fine. So you kind of commando wiggle crawl your way through. I will say you are slippery, and this is a strength saving throw. So I'm going to roll this, and then we'll see if I get a 1 or a 2, you're fine. A 2, you're fine. And I'll spend that, so you get a point back.
Yay.
I didn't. Oh yeah, I did. So you get a point back, but yeah, you still managed to say. So even though you're slippery, maybe it's like you grab onto the ledge of the bath or something, like as it's blasting you with water, and you are not affected. So you cause it to use its reaction, but you are unmoved.
And I'll just, I'll just
We have
grab onto the
Ophelia,
edge
then Rowan next.
of the bath and go, it's just so relaxing. Someone come and help.
Ophelia.
Ophelia's gonna rage.
Okay.
Because she's mad. She's just like seething under Rowan
Sure.
and this pile of people.
Well, you're currently under Xanthius, so it's currently Rowan at the
Stand up
bottom.
in rage, I fly off.
She's like, he's embarrassed. He's like, I've had enough. I want a bath.
So you stand up because you're quite close to the top. So I'm gonna say you stand up for free.
And then she's going to use
Bonus
her
action rage.
spider climb ability, and she's gonna get out of the way and walk up the wall.
Now you are exfoliated.
Yes.
So I need an acrobatics check.
Acrobatics.
No.
Nat 20.
Yes.
You're like Sonic as you run up the wall. Like, where are you going? Like,
I think she's gonna go round behind the other two water spouts.
yeah.
And just
This is a wall here, by the way. So there is a wall here.
and just I think she's gonna ready an action to dodge out of the way if they fire at her, and she's just gonna shout abuse at them.
Okay, so up here,
Yep.
you're currently on the wall up here,
Yep.
and you're just shouting abuse at these things and readying yourself if they try and blast you.
Yes.
Okay,
Do a wicked
sure.
dive though from up there.
I will give you advantage on any saving throw because you're taking the readied action. So you are currently up here, and for the purposes of this, we'll say that your rage won't end if you don't take damage because it's not a damaging encounter. We'll just keep you in
Okay.
rage. All right, Rowan.
Rowan's going to get up.
Yep.
He's going to walk over to behind Daisy if possible.
Acrobatics check, please. You are exfoliated.
Slippery.
I am exfoliated. That's a 2.
Oh no.
Plus 1, 3.
I'm about to be elbow dropped on.
You just.
So that's my movement.
So you can. So now it will cost you half movement speed to stand up. So it'd be like 5. So you've got 10 feet of movement left.
I'll try and.
Acrobatics check, please.
I've got this. 7, 8.
You're like that guy on the ice who is just eternally slipping.
His legs are so wide.
Yep. Exfoliation, by the way, goes at the end of your turn. So if you get to the end of your turn and you don't get another stack of it, it goes away.
Oh, so it's
So
like
yours
that.
is gone now, yeah.
Rowan,
So is Ophelia's.
Rowan's hand with the geometric patterns is going to ripple with green energy, and he puts both hands into the ground, and he closes his eyes for a second, they open, and they're also green energy, and from the ground, he pulls, and you see coalescing in magical energy, a huge mattress.
What the fuck? What do you mean?
I believe you're using that ability. So
Yes.
it has to be a 5 foot. So it's a 5 foot mattress.
It's 10 foot.
Oh, is it 10 foot? You can do up to 10 feet, okay? All right.
College of Creation.
College
10
of
foot
Creation.
by what? Like,
Like
10
a
foot
mattress.
space.
Yeah.
Mattress.
Why a mattress?
And Rowan
But it is
looks
made
like-
of stone?
No, it can be.
It can be of any
You
material.
can make a non-magical
Okay.
object.
That's
All right.
awesome.
You create a mattress.
any like non-magical.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
It has to, yeah. There's some limitations, but yeah, in this case, yeah, you have a mattress.
And it looks like Rowan is seeing who's going to get blasted next.
Okay.
Oh, I see. Okay.
All right.
And I can't do anything
All right.
movement-wise, but he's ready to
You've
catch
made a
people.
mattress,
He's
all
ready to
right.
catch people if they get blasted towards him.
Okay. Sure. Well, after Rowan, it is Gruff.
Dad's gone.
So
Get creative.
Yeah, I love it.
I mean, yeah.
Grufford, you are unexfoliated.
I'm unexfoliated, right? Yeah.
Join us over
This
here.
one has used its reaction. This one has not.
so is that
So
one
is this one, yeah. Whoop.
Oh, it's dead now.
Smooth.
We are exfoliated.
I just want you guys to know that I have the spell Create Destroy Water, and I really want to use it, but I know that it will not help the situation in the slightest.
The
Temporarily.
destroy water spell won't help us
How
in
much?
this.
Because they'll
if you
come
destroy
back
it, they just-
angrier than
How much
before.
more?
There is more water being pulled up from
Yeah.
underground. So,
They
but it would temporarily,
They will
maybe.
come back stronger than before. And you guys can't even stand up at the moment.
How much can you
so.
destroy, though?
Get ready.
Can you get rid of this whole...
30-foot
God damn.
cube.
Because if there's no water... Actually, it all keeps coming up, doesn't it?
Yeah, just
But buy you time. Might get you like a round of like no water.
Would it get rid of steam?
I mean, because they're creating the steam, right? So if
Yeah.
it gets rid of the water, then it gets rid of the
source,
steam. But it could get worse, and they're
Get rid of
going
all the
after
water in my
me.
body. Oh.
Yeah, it's like a dehumidifier. If you sit near a dehumidifier and you get really thirsty.
Just to
be
say,
like
you are outside of the fog, right?
the bad
Yeah,
guys
you're on
in
the wall
tuxedo.
outside of the fog zone.
never
But
seen it.
Daisy is in the fog zone.
Yeah, I'm in the fog.
What are you doing, Griffith?
It's a great reference. Carry on.
I'm gonna
You
destroy
can also
the
try
water.
the shape water as well. Oh, okay. You want
Well,
to?
I'm not convinced by the shape because it's a cantrip, right?
Yeah.
And it's a 5. How big are these boys? Watery.
They're like 5 feet. They're like humanoids.
5 feet?
Like size. They're like medium creatures.
Okay, in which case, can
And I would say they are not technically creatures. This
Yeah,
is the
that's
water
the
has been
thing.
animated.
Well, okay, because it says you can freeze the water.
What do
provided
you
there
want
are
to
no
do with
creatures
it?
in it.
You want to freeze them solid?
Freeze the ones.
You can choose one with shaped water.
Let's go for the one on the fountain where Daisy is.
This one? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, so I will. It is line of sight within 30 foot, and I can freeze the water for an hour using shape water.
Sure.
Provided
Alright.
there are no creatures in it.
I will have the creature make a saving throw.
Okay.
Just to see. I'll have it make a constitution saving throw. That is going to be 15-16. So unfortunately, I believe that's going to beat your save DC.
Cool, that's a PP.
So you freeze part of it, but it seems that it almost, because it's hot spring water, it almost seems to like heat itself up and kind of slow, you're not able to freeze it enough, unfortunately.
Do I have enough allowance from the kind and wonderful and glorious DM to walk over to Xanthias and pick him up?
I mean, you have enough movement, yeah.
Yeah, can I pick Xanthias up?
10, 15.
Thank you.
You've used your action, though.
Yeah, got bonus action.
I'll let you, you can spend one of these. That's a devil's bargain. That's in the rules of the Crucible. Devil's
Leave one.
bargain.
I will devil's bargain pick up Sweet Xanthias.
He wants them fake dice.
He's so slippery.
For podcast listeners, Mark has 3 Crucible dice and we have 3.
It's like trying to.
So you kind of you pick him up. He's so slippery though, but you've got fur. You've got a good grip. You managed to pick up Xanthias.
Thank you. Thank you.
You could just like
Ting.
Push me.
push him in the vague direction of somewhere useful.
Curl him.
Is that the end of your turn?
Curl him. Can I curl him?
Not this turn.
Bounce him with a mantra somewhere.
End of your
That's the
turn.
end of my turn.
All right. Okay. Water is gonna.
What's the wowder doing? Oh, they're going to get the reactions back as well.
They do get their reactions back. This one is going to slide over here, and Daisy, because you're the one closest to a fountain, I need a strength saving throw from you, Daisy, as it's going to come after you.
Nope.
Oh. Exfoliated.
Someone come over here!
So you are blasted out of the fog cloud. These things don't need
Rowan
to
is
see, by
trying.
the way, so they just come up to you and just.
Nobody can physically move.
Is it like a
I'm just
spray
gonna
of
roll-
suds and bubbles and stuff as well?
Oh yeah. That's why you're getting so exfoliated.
Yeah.
Slip and slide.
I'm gonna roll under the bench and just lie facing the ceiling, fed up,
Yeah.
and wait
So
for
clean,
someone
though.
to come and help me. I do smell good.
So frog.
So good.
Ophelia, it's going to try and blast you, but you did take the dodge, so I'm going to give you advantage on your strength saving throw.
Alrighty.
Prepared yourself.
I am prepared. That's a 2. Oh, 16.
16 enough. So the magical nature of your undead lineage, your vampire lineage, you're clinging to the wall and it blasts you with the water, but you manage to kind of like dodge and resist it, and you are not pushed off the wall.
Nice.
As you remain there. The fog cloud does also move with it. You are now in the fog cloud. Alrighty.
Feels pretty good. Though.
Is it nice?
The other one by the fountain is not going to take any action this turn because it's not any threats nearby. Xanthias.
So those ones took actions. So they have.
Those they all technically took actions. They're just nothing was nearby for this one to do anything about it.
I want. Rowan, give me your arm. Gruff, push me.
Are we allowed?
Yeah, I mean, what's the hope here?
I want to be. I want
You want to be launched.
I want to be
Slingshotted.
launched, slingshotted towards that fountain that Daisy
This
was
one?
next to.
No, the one.
Oh, this one?
And if they throw me with enough force to also slide across the water,
That's impressive.
just like
Skip you.
Skip did,
Bending, yeah.
then no, I'll go for the
For this one?
the one that Daisy was near.
Give
I
up my
know
reaction
that.
to do that.
Yeah, sure. So you're going to like help propel him.
Yeah.
Same. All right. So what I'd say for this is you get thrown over. These do have their reactions back, but I'm going to give you advantage on the saving throws.
Yeah, 'cause
because
I'm-
they're being propelled.
Because once I get to them, I go down to my knees.
So give me 2 strength saving throws with advantage.
2 strength save with advantage, +1. That's a 19 on the first one.
First one's a success.
And a...
That good, huh?
His skeleton came out.
I got a 11. So which one was it that hit me?
So as you move past, you get both basically point back. So you go flying onto this table. You're there now. As you get blasted back, exfoliated.
The speed at which I went towards that. I got pinballed back.
Well, as much as that is the end of the round, it is beginning of a new round. Unfortunately, we are in the middle of this high stakes combat. We're going to go on our first break. So that's going to be the end of part 1 for this episode. We will see you in part 2. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Exfoliated. Hello, welcome back to part 2 of High Rollers. You join us as our party of heroes have arrived in the town of Ashen Rest, where they have headed to the House of the Rose, the public bathhouse, the shrine to Typhine, but found that there is some sort of problem with the baths, and offering their services have descended down into the baths to help out, where they are being plagued by sort of creatures of water, water spirits that are exfoliating them, scrubbing them clean, and blasting them around the room, preventing them from doing their job. And that is where you join us. We are in the middle of a combat, air quotes. Intense battle.
I'm so sorry.
As we jump to a brand new round.
She's crying.
It was the fact, just that you were holding his hand, and I was watching it while I was trying to talk guff.
For podcast listeners, in the break, Ree murdered a biscuit in a coffee.
We're moving on. We're leaving that in the past.
On.
Let the past die.
Bury it if you have to. Daisy, it is your turn. You are currently on the ground. You have been exfoliated.
Cool.
Oh no.
I guess. Can I try and
We then have Ophelia and Rowan after Daisy, so keep in mind what you want to do on your turn.
I'm gonna try and skirt around the fountain.
Sure. I'm also going to put a d6 here for Rowan's mattress.
Oh, yeah.
So you're going to stand up.
Oh yeah, there's a mattress.
Acrobatics check, please.
Acrobatics.
Yes, please. You can do it.
Acrobatics. Sorry.
How soft is this mattress?
12. Shit, it's one chart. I needed to get 13.
Thump. You get full prone as you attempt to move, but you're too squeaky clean.
I'm gonna just commander crawl again.
Okay, so half movement.
The disaster.
Where do you want to go?
I think we
Yeah,
need
as
to
far as
end
I can go.
early.
Around?
This is fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, around.
That's
Alright.
fine.
So keeping out of range of the
I'm
creature.
gonna then go in the range of the
Oh,
creature
I
when I'm
see.
there. So that
Ah.
it goes in that. I'm trying to
Saving throw,
distract.
please. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm
Yeah, it's a
trying
good
to
idea.
distract.
Wait, didn't they blast me? No. Yes.
They've left.
That was a whole round.
Oh, that's true.
It's the top of
They
the
don't
new
have the
round.
They haven't had their reaction. They haven't got their turn yet, so they have not acted yet. So they have
Okay,
no reaction.
in that case, can I try and talk to Nim and be like, I don't know what to do. Try.
So for this, what I would say is you reach into your mind, and Nim doesn't have any necessarily ability to do magic outside of your body, but there is a sort of magical connection here. Roll for me a d20. You may add a crucible die if you wish, but no other bonus.
I'm gonna do that.
Do it.
Okay.
Oh.
21.
21. I would say with that 21, Nim stretches out and you hear a voice in your head. Oh, this malignant magic little one. There is something familiar about it, but it is obscured. It is hidden from me. I can't disperse it, but I think I can disperse the creature that it created. But you will need one of your allies who has a greater mastery of magic. I can temporarily disrupt it to disable the creature. So that would remove this water spirit. Temporarily.
Temporarily.
Yes.
Sure.
Alrighty. Woof. So with that, you watch as Daisy reaches out, touches the fountain. There is a sort of flash of light, and the creature, the water that was spewing out of the fountain, seems to coalesce and just becomes normal water again. But the fountain still has that distorted magic around it. Still not fixed, but perhaps made easier. Now. All right.
I did a thing, but
did
I
it.
need you to do more things.
Yeah, you do
Please.
get Nim does, and Nim's just like, this may be worth looking into in the future. Perhaps not urgently, but there was something about this magic that unsettled me. Ophelia.
Can I climb around on the ceiling back down towards the fountain?
So I'd say you can stay out of this one's reach. Yeah, if you get here. Yeah, absolutely.
Is there a way I can use like my rage energy to try and disperse this somehow, or like use my anger, blood fury ability in a way?
I would say so. Your rage, the blood, the path that you're following of that is your magic is more in the jewel.
You're right,
That
okay.
ability that you do great. There is not any necessarily magic in your rage. It is just that feeling of losing blood or seeing others lose blood drives that hunger and that power in you and kind of drives you and pushes you further. I would say you can attempt, there's a couple of things you can attempt. You can try and do a more mystical element here using your knowledge of the jewelry that you have learnt and seeing if you can apply that in some way. The other thing you could do is you could just try to break the fountain and see if that does anything.
Oh,
If you wanted to go for a more like strength and rage, you could do that.
I could. I'm not. Yeah, I could give it a go. I could try and smash it up a little bit. But then that'd be kind of disrespectful, though.
I mean, it could be. That's up to you. Or you can try them. I'd say you can attempt something more mystical. It's just gonna be a bit harder for you.
Okay.
It'd be kind of similar to probably what Daisy just did. You might not be able to disperse the energy, but you might be able to like help your allies in some way.
Okay. Yeah.
The other thing you could do is you could also just wait here and provide a help action. Be like, I'm gonna ready an action and I'll do help action when somebody comes over. You have a number of choices.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'll just help for now then.
Okay, so you're basically gonna like wait and use your sort of, because you have some knowledge of some magic, maybe not
Yeah.
this magic, but when somebody comes up, you're gonna provide the help action. So
Yeah.
it's ready in action.
Just
Alrighty.
keep distracting, keep being a nuisance to the rest of the water.
Alrighty. Rowan.
Rowan, like Bambi on the ice, is going to get up, holding onto his mattress,
Sure.
and he's going to move with the mattress over to Xanthias.
Okay.
And looking at the spirits and where people are being blasted back.
Did you get exfoliated? You didn't, did you? You just fell over.
It expired.
I will.
Yeah, it expired on you. Yeah,
I
so
should
you're
be right
fine.
now.
Yep.
I'm going to put the mattress where Xanthian just landed, just in
Okay.
case anyone gets blasted back there. I'm then going to reach down and grip Xanthias by the shoulder, and a ripple of energy goes through me into you. And I'm going to cast Enhance Ability.
Oh.
And I think it's going to be Cat's Grace, which gives you a bonus to your dexterity saving throws.
Oh, okay. Dexterity save. Okay.
I will say that you've been
That's
making
right.
strength saving throws this whole time.
In which case, that's exactly why. Good test. Bear's Endurance is not what I was going to pick. Nice one, Kim. Bull's Strength.
One day. One of these days.
So, on top of your strength saving throws having advantage, you can also carry double the capacity of stuff.
Thank you,
bit.
Rowan. I say with a mouthful of water because I just got blasted. I feel like a cat. No, a boar. No, a bull. No, a...
I don't know what I feel. All right, so you're going to cast Bull Strength on Xanthias.
Would it be bad or impossible to also give him Bardic Inspiration, or does that count as 2 spells?
Bonus action. Bardic Inspiration is not a spell, so you can do both.
Feature, yeah.
It's a feature.
You've got this.
Thank you. Hi.
Now you have a new thing with your Bardic Inspiration because you can.
moat.
Yeah. Do you want to say which moat? What moat are you going to create and everything else? Or you have to
well-
decide when he rolls. It's the type of roll he makes, isn't it?
That's a really good point, yeah. So when granting a creature of Bardic Inspiration, I can summon a moat of potential that orbits within 5 foot of you as well. Oh, you can have this as well.
What does that do?
And it's floating around your head, which can... Yeah, I'm going to add it to your saving throw. So you get +3 and as well as the Bardic Inspiration dice. So you roll d6 plus 3 and add that to your saving throw.
And you have advantage.
Holy crap!
You will never be
So
exploded.
Rowan just like.
Oh my god!
All right. Roll a 1.
Do a sprout.
End of turn, Rowan.
End of turn.
Gruffith.
I guess I am going to move towards
5.
has the creature near Daisy had its reaction yet?
Yes.
This one did. This one has not.
That one has not.
So both of them have their reactions available.
Okay.
Go get exfoliated, Gruff.
Well, who is spellcast? It's you and me, isn't it? And him. Yeah, you, me, and him. I'm gonna go towards
Lord
the one
Xanthias,
where
you.
Ophelia is.
Okay. So we need to move through the water, so it's difficult.
Sad terrain. Yeah.
So it'd be. So you've gone 5,
Wet
10, 20, 30.
How do you look now?
I need you to make a strength saving throw.
35 is me.
Okay, so you get like halfway.
7 plus nothing.
Exfoliator!
Finally!
He holds his hand in his head. I just put the mattress here.
As a I still have my action, right?
You do still have your action, yeah.
I think
The movement is 0.
Gruff was trying to be respectful and working with nature, and now he is wet
Very wet.
and
Damn.
exfoliated. He's gonna destroy water.
Whole like furs all like slick. It's
Oh,
like
it's
a wet
all- it's like
cat's falling in the bath.
drenched.
Yeah.
Yeah, I look awful.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast Destroy Water.
All right. When you cast Destroy Water, the entire bath and both creatures are evaporated. As you watch as the entire thing, leaving the shallow basin of the bath is probably not quite like 10 feet. It's probably like 4 and a bit feet deep, so it's enough that you can wade in it and sit down and stuff. But the whole thing just gets spilled out. The fountains do start pushing more water back into it, but it's filling up slowly. And those creatures are gone temporarily, at least for now, leaving this kind of basin, basically.
You just hear you hear the kind of you hear Gruff go forward, get knocked over backwards, almost like a cat screech, as he goes backwards. And then from the floor, there's kind of Brahmaganth, and then the which is a horrible curse in Cornwall, not Cornwallian. Cornish, yes.
You didn't just get the stream cancelled in Cornland,
Just a little
did
bit.
you?
I mean, they don't have internet
Biggest
there.
demographic. Cornland.
Cornland.
They don't have internet there.
All right.
Love you, Cornwall. And then all the water's gone.
Alrighty. Okay. With that done, the water being completely destroyed, you see those distorted fields of magic around the 2 remaining, and that anger as well from Gruff. The anger that accompanied that spell almost seems to mix with that malignant field, and that anger seems to spark, and you do hear almost like a kind of crackle in the air as the water begins filling back up. For 1 round, those water creatures can't come back, so that's it. They don't get their go. Xanthias.
Go, go, go.
But I am slippery. But I have got both a mattress to bounce off and a lot of huge buffs.
Yeah. You can do what Daisy did and crawl and go at half speed as well, and you don't have to make the acrobatics check.
God damn.
You could crawl. To the
I could
fountain.
crawl to that one, but I want to try and hit both at the same time, and that involves standing up. But then I'd be at half speed anyway, right?
No, it's a free action to stand up from this because you're kind of all slip. I'm saying that you can stand up for free.
I think I can hit both.
All right. Stand up.
I stand up. Can I actually do
Acrobatics
that
check?
within the range? 5, 10.
5, 10, 15,
What
20, 25,
range do you
30.
need? 30.
And then slide the rest.
No.
What if I
I will say that you can slide a little bit down here.
Hear me out.
Into the basin.
Like a skate park. Yeah.
Push off the mattress, slide across the floor with Ice Skater's grace, swing around the fountain, which gives me the momentum to slide all the way to the end one as well.
That's physics.
Collide into Ophelia.
Sounds like a devil's bargain to me.
Make it 2.
I mean, yeah, if you want to spend a crucible point, I'll let you try it.
That's a try. not
I'm
a
ready to
success.
try.
It's not an
Worst
it's
case-
never going to be an auto success. It's always going to be a try. That's the devil's bargain.
Worst case, right? I make it to the first one anyway. obviously.
Sure.
Obviously. Can't fail that one.
Sure. All right, so acrobatics check.
I slide again.
First acrobatics check. You're making 3 acrobatics checks.
This isn't not.
You might do it.
So the first one is to not slip over at the very start of this.
Yeah.
You know the water's coming back at the end of this, by the way, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, you've
But
got one.
DC,
got one right.
DC 13 on this.
But this is going to be huge. Get ready.
Then it's going to go DC 12, DC 11. So DC 13 for this one.
Athletics was it? Sorry.
Acrobatics.
Acrobatics. That's a 12.
DC 13.
You did the crucible
I-
dice and you didn't roll it.
No, that was to
It's
actually
a
just.
devil's bargain.
That was just to make it happen.
And there was one left he could have spent, but he had to say it before he did.
I don't get any bonus from.
No, that was strength based. That was the whole thing. He was going to give you
Right.
dex.
It's bull strength.
He gave you bull strength, and then Gruff destroyed all the water. So you go 5 feet, you fall down.
Could I spend the bardic inspiration?
You still have
You got
25 feet of movement.
Saving throw, you can, yes. Was it
No.
a saving throw?
It was, yeah. No, wait, no, it wasn't. It was an acrobatics check. I fall down immediately.
You can add bardic inspiration to ability checks. You just won't get the extra 3.
get the moat.
You won't get the moat.
Is that D6?
Just a regular d6.
Hell yeah, that would be enough,
That's a
right?
success. Yeah.
Boom, 1.
It's a wavering moment.
All right. You get to the fountain
Yeah,
that Daisy's next to.
yes. I want to, in preparation for, I know that I can only do one of these a turn.
Looking at you with
I
hopes
want
and
to.
dreams that after watching you just fall over again.
This is, no, I look good.
You get to the fountain.
I know that I can only do one. I almost want to twin spell, like this, starting on this one, and before I reach the next one, I'm holding another spell ready to put it into the final.
I mean, I will let you spend another spell slot because you're not casting a spell here. You're spending a spell slot to disperse the energy. So you can do both.
Okay.
If you can make this. But the first one is this one.
Yeah.
So it's a d20 plus your charisma modifier.
Jesus God, I have to make so many checks on this.
Yeah.
turn.
Yeah.
15.
15's the success. This fountain,
One
the
down.
malign aura is dispersed as Xanthias, and there's probably an element of fire, like almost burns the malignant aura away.
Daisy is prone on the ground. I grab onto
I
the
chose
fountain.
to lie
I
there.
lift a bit to go over Daisy.
Pop an ollie.
Second acrobatics check,
This
DC
one,
12.
It's going to be huge. That's a 9.
5, 10, 15. You go to slide. You were exfoliated. Your hand is so slippery. You slam into the wall. I'm now going to spend my crucible dice.
Oh.
And technically, you went 5 feet, so I had a normal d6. You're actually going to take 7 points of damage,
You deserve that.
because I can add crucible die to damage, and you took fall damage because you went 10 feet across the floor
I mean,
into the
after
wall.
slipping off the fountain at that amount of
speed,
speed, I
exactly.
really crumble into.
Daisy's just lying on the
Oh
floor.
yeah, now you're prone as well.
I'm lying on the floor looking at the ceiling, having given up on standing for a while, and I'll just watch him fly over and be like, hey.
And he slides next to you.
Hi.
Join me.
Got like a bloody nose.
It's safer on the floor. Just stay on the floor.
I got one of them.
That is going to be your turn.
Rowan
Xanthias.
slams the mattress on the ground.
Daisy.
Was it? Oh, I forgot it was me. I guess I'm not gonna do anything this
You
turn
just
though.
lie there
'cause
if you want.
I'm just gonna lie
take a
there.
minute,
I'm
yeah.
gonna just. I just want you to have the image of me just lying, just poker straight, facing the ceiling, just having given up a little bit on doing anything because there's nothing I can do. There's no water. There's no distractions to be had. I'm just gonna go. You can do it, Graf. Go do it.
You can do it.
I think after seeing Xanthias launch himself into the wall, I feel he's just gonna sit on the edge of the bath, dangle her feet, wait for the water to come back, and just point at the wall behind her with one hand.
Just waiting for it.
Yep. All right. Nice.
You know that
Rowan.
moment in Barbie when she's like, it's like having an existential crisis and she's lying like a plank. That's Daisy.
Face up for face down.
Face up right now.
Rowan.
Rowan is going to surfboard the mattress down the bowl.
Yes!
Rowan. That's what he says.
I would say that sliding yourself down,
It's like an
saying your name,
That's
give you an
inspiration.
extra free 10 feet of movement, so you can actually get. You can get within 5 feet of the fountain.
Please end this.
Yeah, you tried it.
Back home, they call this the Rowan.
I'm Rowan.
It's like a very faintly wet. There's like a bit of water at the bottom of the bath as it's filling up.
And yeah, whilst that's happening, I'm going to be
and do the
building
thing.
an energy and put a spell slot.
So this is
into the pen.
so spend a spell slot and a D20 plus your charisma modifier.
Very well.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Would you like to add a
It's
crucible
so much
die?
fun.
No, I got this.
All right.
What is this?
I just slid in on natural 20.
Just casually step off the mattress, take 2 steps, put your hand on the fountain. Boom, done. You feel, Rowan, for you, that stone, that connection with stone, again, you feel something very similar to what Gruff did. Yours and Gruff's magic, although you're a bard and technically a bard is arcane magic, I think Rowan's sounds like it's more primal because it's from the earth, it's
The
resonances.
college of creation,
Yeah, and I think that you connect with that same, the stone of the fountain, the stone of the bath, the earth, the heat of the magma and stuff that's flowing and heating everything up. You connect with that, and using that, you purge this awful malign, and there is an anger to it. You almost feel like this aggressive beat to this magic, and it's soft. It's soft and subtle, and has like woven itself into this bathhouse, not maybe on purpose, but something has caused this. But you disperse it, and it is gone. No more spirits
Rowan will
return.
just say, no need to be angry anymore. You're free to leave.
And it just disperses and leaves. And the water begins to fill back up, and there seems to be no sign of wicked spirits, as you have successfully...
In this one
Greatest
room.
encounter yet.
But yes. And then as
We have to do this again like 3 more times.
but now that you know how it is done, it's much easier.
We'll do this again, because this was flawless. I come out, I've taken 28 damage.
Yes.
It's more than your. That's so
You're
you're
dead.
Xanthias died.
You have 23 health. You're dead.
But yeah, you spend some time, and with maybe like once you report back, you explain what you did to fix this, that you can bring in other people to help, and eventually you are able to do this. But yeah, you guys, what happens? You take some time. What do you guys do? You guys just go back up to the temple, redress, go and tell them what happened, or
No, I'm going back up and I'm dripping water everywhere.
Nice.
There's just big puddles of water.
as a naked wild heart man?
Maybe I've put a loincloth on. I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm pretty bad. I'm in a bad mood. I'm in a bad mood. I hate this.
Sure.
Just wringing your tail out.
Yeah.
Reverend Mother Aurel will come up and be like, "Oh my goodness, what is wrong? Are you all right? Is everything?" She sees your nosebleeds, and
Yeah,
she's like, "Oh my gosh, are you all right? The creatures have never harmed anyone before. I didn't realize that they were capable of it."
It was fine.
They blasted me, and it was heroic. I would like a bandage, please.
Oh, well, we can do more than a simple bandage, my dear. And she'll sort of take you over and put her hand on your bloody nose,
snoot.
and she will cast Cure Wounds
Oh, thank you.
On your little snoot.
for 7 hit points, in fact.
Perfect. That's exactly what I needed.
Oh, you poor thing. And you feel this warmth spread through.
But needless to say, the problem has been solved.
There's a moment when the magic hits you, Xanthias. There is a warmth to it, but also just the nature of magic. There's often an emotive connection and feelings, and it conjures, sensations. It's almost, and this is up to you whether this is a good memory or a bad memory or whatever it is, but it almost has that feeling of when you were very, very young and you remember your mother sort of kissing a wound, to make it better and things like that. There is that kind of sensation. Maybe not a memory as such, but it has that kind of magical kind of childhood feeling.
Evokes.
Evokes that feeling, for sure. But yeah, and she kind of nestles that back and says "Oh, but you've succeeded then. All of the creatures are dealt with, or the bathhouse is cleansed of this spirit."
We have. The creatures are gone.
Wonderful. Oh, thank you so much. And she'll basically go around and offer hugs to anybody who wants them. Oh yeah, Rowan, she's just immediately.
I'm still on my loincloth.
Yeah, she doesn't care. Yeah, absolutely. Aurel does that. Yeah, Daisy, she brings you in as well. Goes around, gives hugs to everyone. Well, we must absolutely honour what we offered. If there is any services that you need here, we are more than happy to return the favour. And of course, you're more than welcome to use the baths and everything for free today as much as you need to.
Ophelia sprints downstairs to the baths immediately.
Of course, we can also have your clothes cleaned and things like that whilst you're bathing, if you would like.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. We're going to make sure that is all done for you.
That would be lovely.
Of course, my dears. And she was I will go and tell Dandelion that everything is fixed and we can begin to let other people come down as well. But for now, why don't you take one of the chambers privately, and she'll basically, the chamber that you cleansed, she will make available just for your group initially.
Blood just on the wall.
I'll swipe that off.
Yeah. For using the actual baths, I think everybody but Xanthias is pretty much at a point where they can take a bath. You know, it's pretty easy to get clean. But Xanthias, are you still wearing clothing, or?
As I go downstairs, I am, if I have a moment away from anyone, I'm casting a 2nd level spell, and I will take a bath.
There is one problem.
Okay.
Because I don't know if we discussed this fully. It cannot, that spell can't hide the thing. It can affect things. Yes.
Okay.
But it can't hide the other thing. So you would need, like, something.
But I have a cover for it. That's fine, I think, because I have bandages.
Ah, okay, yeah, in that case, yeah, yep, sure.
So I will, in that case, declothe and have a bath.
Sure.
But I do have...
Yeah, so more for these guys.
People will see...
Yes, for these guys to describe.
Bandages across, like, my chest and around my shoulder. That
quite heavily scarred as well, like the chest looks like, I imagine, kind of looks like a bad injury that you took.
Yeah, I guess if there's any areas that are out of the edges of the bandages, you'd see that.
How clean are they? Like, are they stained or?
I suppose I would have attempted to renew the bandages any time during the nights on the travel and stuff. So I mean,
absolutely. Yeah, they're clean bandages, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
How fresh are the scars?
I guess I feel like that you would.
You need
the
I'd say
bandages would
medicine
cover
check. Yeah.
enough that you can't really see much.
Yeah. You can make a medicine check, I would say, if anybody wants to get in and glean any more information.
Rowan's too preoccupied with bathing
Sure.
and enjoying the moment.
Sure.
Probably amongst, if there's like hot coals anywhere, is it kind of like a...
No, there's no hot coals or anything like that. I mean, the room itself is quite steamy, but these baths are just more like a heated pool, and it's being heated from the water. There are also separate saunas and steam rooms and stuff that you can go to as well, yeah.
No, Rowan's just like arms up on the edge, rest of his body in the water, just soaking it all in,
Yeah, sure.
enjoying it.
I think the moment when I come in as well would be after everyone else. Like if they are in like this.
Yeah, you wait for all of them to go in, and then you.
Yeah,
do
they're
what you
like
need to, and then
you know lying back as relaxed as I guess you would say you are.
Lost in the sauce.
Yeah, lost in the sauce.
good way. Of putting it.
But if there's anyone that's like wants to pay attention, whatever.
Yeah, it's just more like if there's specifics, people like how old are the scars and stuff like that. You need to check. So
I think Gruff would be very grumpily sitting in the water. For all you Star Trek fans out there, Worf in the mud bath, that vibe.
My God, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Straight there. Absolutely. I know that's just like painted in it.
Yeah, there it is. Holy shit.
Yeah.
such a sarcastic little answer.
But I think given our previous experience in the mine.
Sorry, yeah.
Sorry, Kim. Drops his got mouthful of that wet bit.
Oh, it came to get you, huh?
Oh, it came back.
Anyway, continue, sorry.
I think given our experience in the mines when I tried to touch your chest to heal you and you
Reacted.
grabbed my wrist and said no. Like Gruff will be looking, but not saying.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, it might offer some small amount of explanation, I suppose.
I think Gruff would just say, "Does it hurt? Does it hurt?"
My nose? No, it feels fine. Not much anymore. I think it's healing.
What happened?
In my time in Kelskaris, I got into a little a scrap with somebody. It is okay. It's not bad.
Quite the scrap. I could heal it.
Oh, no. It's healing. It's fine. You don't need to intervene.
Please.
No.
A healing word.
Oh, it's a healing word.
Yeah, you cast healing
I'm
word.
just doing it lazily with one arm.
Yeah, the Can you roll a d100 for me, Tom?
D100. 73.
73. The healing word, the scarring, just peeking out. There's only a tiny bit. You can see that it must be quite a grievous wound, the amount of bandages Xanthias has and little bits of the scarring peeking out just over the top. The healing word doesn't really seem to do anything. There's no blood pooling or anything like that. You don't think he's any immediate harm. And healing spells tend to deal with critical wounds. Something like this, which seems to be naturally healing on its own, the spell doesn't really seem to have too much of an effect on.
Yes, you seem fine. You may not even need the bandage now. It might be good to get it some air.
It's just in case.
Okay.
But I'd like to keep it on, thank you.
Oh, fair.
Is everyone having a nice bath?
Can I insight check him talking about, while this is happening with the healing, can I just insight check the having a scrap with someone?
Sure.
Or to see if it's a lie?
Just see how you're feeling while you're...
It's just reading your body language.
Okay.
20. Dirty 20.
What I would say on this, because obviously I don't want to put Tom in a position
Yeah.
where he has to explain stuff, is Xanthias is guarded, but he's a guarded person. Seems reasonable. Kelskaris is a rough town. There's nothing about what he said which would hint towards anything more. Could just be that he's just maybe a bit ashamed about the wound. Something that he's not, got it in circumstances that he doesn't want to talk about, but there's no reason to believe that there's anything more to it than what he said.
Gross just filing it away, though, given how we met on the road.
Sure.
You get a pretty big folder on old Xanthias, aren't you?
It's just a board, red string.
Yeah.
Sure.
But he's also in no rush to really particularly confront or converse or
Yeah.
beat it out of you.
Okay.
The baths are incredibly relaxing here. Those of you who had any exhaustion levels, can reduce them by
I
one.
do.
We had journey exhaustion.
Yep, you can reduce journey exhaustion by 1.
Free.
Yeah,
I only had one.
it didn't really matter for that encounter anyway. But also, there is another benefit to being in these baths. This ability, you can only get it once every 7 days, but the first time you have a bath here in the House of the Rose, you actually get 6 temporary hit points. And they don't go away, unless you get another source of them or something like that.
Ooh.
They don't go away, until we lose them, I suppose.
Yeah, until you lose them or until you get more of them from another source or something like that. So they don't go away on a long rest as well.
Oh.
So it's to represent you feeling, because there is something about the water. It is magically enchanted to help you relax, to restore your energy, and temporary hit points are a good representation of energy and things like that. So
Okay, nice.
they are
That's
cleansing
cool.
waters. They are blessed by Saint Typhine.
Like a well-fed buff. Rested bonus.
Basically that. Yeah, it's exactly that.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
Unless there's anything you guys want to say or discuss or anything like that.
Have we figured out where we intend to stay after this?
Oh, don't worry about that now, Xanthias. Just rest, relax. We'll plan later.
Okay.
Come on. Take a load off. Do you want a bag rub from Percival?
I think about his skeletal hands. No.
Although Percival was probably fetched towels from the changing room and is waiting at the side of the bath like a little attendant, and he's got several an armful of towels. He's waiting for everyone to finish. He's just there waiting. In fact, no, he would only have enough for Ophelia. He wouldn't have towels for the rest of you. Right? Is what he's told to do.
I'm trying to remember, because everyone, I guess, was at the table when this happened. My hand that I gloved, did Ophelia see that?
Yeah, I saw it. Well, I saw the
Magic
fire
from
at
it, yeah.
the night of the
Fiery.
campfire.
Okay, but you didn't actually see the hand itself.
I didn't see your hand. I saw the light you conjured
Oh, okay,
from
cool.
your hand.
Yeah, so you wouldn't notice that it's not like that.
No.
Yeah, Xanthias' hands just look normal.
Okay.
Well,
So mysterious.
Don't fucking know. I'm mysterious to myself right now.
You guys spend some time relaxing. You get lovely and clean. Maybe much to Gruff's disdain, very wet. When you step out and return to the cleaning chambers and stuff, there are attendants, and there is small enchantments. There are these crystal stone globes. When you touch them, it kind of buffs the air around you, almost like a little dryer. Just place your hand on it, kind of like warm air. So you get nice and
fluffy is the
well,
cat?
it's up to Gruff.
Fluffy cat, fluffy cat.
Just the idea of a hairdryer on a cat. Like,
It probably feels nice, but yeah. But also, when you go upstairs, like Dandeli, the brother, the Reverend Father, this bunny-eared man, very slim, athletic man. There are attendants there, and if you want to be like brushed, like for Gruff, like there are other wild hearts here who are more bestial wild hearts. You'd probably see like maybe like a more wolf-like, kind of like long-haired dog, like a Alsatian-like dog-like man, and he's being brushed. And like he's just there is an attendant just like brushing his coat for him, and he's getting oils rubbed into it like a groomer's basically, and they're providing that service. And then next to him there's a lady with long hair, and somebody's doing her braids in her hair and brushing her hair, and it's like it's a spa beauty kind of treatment kind of thing.
So do we like individually go to a few different people
If you want to. Whatever you want. This is the point where, like, however fancy you want to get dolled up, they're basically giving you a day of free services. Normally you have to pay for this stuff. All of you, when you leave here, along with your temporary hit points, because you're going to get free treatments, you all have plus D4 to a charisma ability check.
oh, damn.
24 hours. It only lasts 24 hours.
I think Gruff would shyly ask an attendant to braid his mane and beard, like in whatever style is here, because he probably accepts that he needs to look his best to try and.
Well, they would also want you to. They would want to do whatever style you are comfortable with. Like Cauldron style is very much about being proud of yourself and what you're comfortable with. So they very much tailor it to whatever you want here.
Yeah, braids.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, they'll do anything basically. Like same with like for anybody, whether they want like a little bit of makeup or if you want like your nails done and stuff like that, they all provide that here. You also all of it. You also notice that as you're having these treatments, like if you remember when you first came in, there are a bunch of like kids with like some students. They actually come in and they run up to Reverend Mother Aurella and they're like mother, and like she picks them up and hugs them all and like he's giving them, and they get led off into a side building, that chamber, and they're being taken off somewhere. It looks like they maybe live here because like as the day's getting on, they're being brought inside or whatever. And she happily like chases and plays with them for a little bit, and then they all go scampering off, and then she returns to her duties. You would see probably a very well-dressed looking merchant, a halfling man comes in, and he immediately is met by Reverend Mother Aurella. They have a brief conversation, she smiles, he makes a big donation of gold. You can see him put like a big stack of coins into the donation box, and then Reverend Mother Aurella takes him into one of these communion rooms, and they go off together into that, and then Dandeli begins to take over the services of the temple. And it seems to be that there are people coming and going. Seems like this is a very popular place for most people in the town to come to, at least once a day or maybe a couple of times a week.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm certainly like probably having a hair trim brush.
Sure, yeah.
Getting my scales
Haircut.
buffed.
Yeah.
I realise how lewd that sounds. And I think as I'm going between all these different carers and people and things, I'll have some idle chat with them.
Yeah, it's the perfect chance if you want to like pick up any rumors or ask any questions
This
about
place
the
is
town.
as popular as it is. Like they see tons of people. I'd almost want to get a lay of the city via some just rumors, gossip, stuff like that from all the people here.
Yeah, well, you probably have like time, like let's say you have enough time to ask me 3 questions. Like that these people might be able to provide you with, like do you know of anything unusual going on in town, or like what's the best place to get this, like, and I can answer those kind of questions for you.
Yeah.
I'd say that 3 questions applies to the group. It doesn't just have to be.
Yeah.
If anybody has a question,
I think we're all probably having the same idle conversation.
It's like going to the hairdresser, right? You just have chit chat with somebody. You can pick up stuff.
How was your holiday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to ask where would be the best place to stay. I feel like we just got a choice of 2 and we're just going to pick one of those, right? It doesn't really matter too much. But
pretty much.
Do we want to find out anything weird going on around the town, or something we could get into to earn some more money? I know we've just got a load of money, but...
Or something we could utilize our writ for.
True. Yeah.
Often do writs come through here.
Are we gonna go see the Duke after?
We need
or
to-
try and book an appointment
Yeah.
to see the Duke.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I would like to find a place that deals in sorcery and magic and
Yeah, sure.
something like that.
So this is why you're getting a haircut, let's say.
Yeah.
And there is this very tall. We'll go with like a wild heart, like maybe a more sort of bestial looking deer. They almost have like deer kind of like features. Woman.
Could you have my hair like this? And I show a picture of Anakin Skywalker.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, thank you.
Very popular. And she'll say, magic and sorcery. Yes, well, there's numerous places. The Shrine of the Quillen Scale has a library there, and the lawkeeper, I believe, is a mage of some sort. There is also, there are a few shops of curiosities around as well. For example, there is an alchemist, Aguilo's Alchemicals, but I suppose that's not really sorcery.
Any sort of magical research?
Well, that would normally be done at the shrine. There is a school, but that's more for teaching children and that sort of thing. There is one place. It's quite mysterious. I don't know if it's exactly what you've heard, what you're looking for, but there's a tower near Duskrise.
Duskrise.
Ravenstar Spire, and it's a bit of a mystery because we know that there's this elf who lives there, and they only really seem to come out around festivals or to speak with the Duke. They come and go as they sort of please, but I know that they get on very well with the children. The children are all very excited. They perform tricks for them, little illusions and things like that. But
Curious.
The Duke has asked their services for a few times, but they sort of keep to themselves. The strange thing is there's no door on the tower.
Then
So
how
nobody.
does it get in?
Well, that's exactly it. It's like we don't really know. Very mysterious. But I mean, you look at the tower and you instantly think of some sort of wizard or enchanter or some such. But yes, apart from that, really, I mean, the Duke has a court mage. One of his knights of the realm is a magician.
Okay. Sorry, the tower. Where's Duskrise? Sorry.
yeah,
Oh, it's
she'll
at the
say-
top there.
Yeah, so she'll point it out, and in fact, I can put it to point 11.
Oh, okay, just to the below. So Duskrise is like a little province.
Pass this to Katie. So at point 11 is Ravenstar Spire.
So Duskrise is a little walled off.
Yeah, so Duskrise is, if you ask about it, they'll just say that that's where some of the sort of more richer merchants live. It's also where the cathedral of the House of the Scions, the church, the faith here in Altheya, in the Dragon Empire, the cathedral is up there, along with another temple as well.
Okay.
But they don't.
11
They
is-
mention that casually. They don't tell you the name of the cathedral and
And
stuff.
11 is just slightly to the south of Duskrise. Cool. Okay. Thank you very much. You've done a wonderful job, by
Oh,
the way.
thank you. I'm glad a perfect likeness.
Just like him.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Does anybody else have any other questions or or like, would you like to gain some rumors or?
I would if no one else says anything.
Go for it. Yeah.
Gruff would kind of very timidly ask about if they've heard of the Order of the Knights of the Loyal Hound.
So you are getting brushed. Braided, and is a dwarf man, an acolyte of Typhine. Very handsome, has like a long beard himself that's been beautifully braided.
Yes.
Done in a very artistic. Seems to be like, probably would have a title like Master of Braids within the temple, and is like the one that people go to
Braidinator.
for, like, is a specialist. The Master of Braids will probably say something along sort of like, oh yes, oh yeah. Well, I don't know. I've not heard of that order per se. If you want to, I've heard of them, but I don't know of them being here in Caldra. But you want to probably speak to the Duke's Knights of the Realm. They're the ones who are most likely to know about that sort of thing. The other thing is, well, I mean, there's the tourney, there's the festival coming up. It's not for a few days. I think 10 days. I think it's the first of what's it? It's the it's the first of the first moon, the first day of bronze glow. I mean, normally first day of each passing, there's a festival in the town, but this one falls on Saint Misara's day, so it's going to be an extra special tourney and festival. Duke's going to come out. There's going to be there'll be knights will come in from all over the place to fight in the tourney and show off their skills and that sort of thing. So if this order that you're looking for, they might turn up to see the tourney or to fight in it or maybe meet other people and that sort of thing. I think it's in 10 days. Yeah, 10 days from today.
That sounds absolutely perfect.
Oh yeah, it'll be held on the tourney field. So and there'll be a big festival. There'll be games throughout the town. It's it's like a day off for everyone. You know, everyone goes out and has a bit of fun.
Gathering of knights.
Yeah, well, there'll be others. There'll be mercenaries and fighters showing off their skills, that sort of thing. It's not just knights, but knights will be there. And this order, that's probably the most likely place they'll be. But you should ask the knights of the realm, the Duke's knights. They'll probably know more. I think the cathedral might have a couple of holy knights. They might know too.
I get to meet knights.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you will. Yeah. A big crowd, and people come up and see them, and throw flowers and favors and that sort of thing.
I'll have to get some flowers so I can throw at them.
Yeah, well, 10 days. 10 days from
10
today.
days.
Yeah. First day of the first moon of bronze glow.
You're doing a bloody good job on this, by the way.
Oh, thank you, master of braids. That's, earned me craft. Hard craft. Braid in hair. Like my father did before him and my mother did before him. But yeah, so you learn about the St. Misara's Day Festival in Tawny, which is happening 10 days from now.
Did he say where the tournament field is?
I will point it out to you. It is going to be point 13 on the map.
Way up to the west.
Jousting, yes.
Right.
Pop that down for Katie to fill out. But no, point 13 is the Tawny field.
Okay.
And that's Tourney as in Tourney.
Tournament.
As in tournament.
Yeah, I don't think you... Yeah.
Because I'm thinking tawny, like a tawny owl.
No, Tawny is in tournament.
Yeah,
Shortened. The Tawny field. Tournament field.
Okay. Any other?
One more if you want. I'll give you time enough for one more rumour or town question.
Do one if
Do one.
you got one.
Do one.
Do one. I guess Ophelia's getting her hair all oiled and slicked and brushed. We're about to go see the Duke. How would one conduct themselves favorably?
So you are being attended to by probably just like a human woman, very young, sort of like probably barely out of her teens, really like 16, 17. And she's just like, oh, you want to go see the Duke?
Oh yes, you're right.
Oh, right, blimey. Well, I know that the Duke, you can't just go up and see him anytime you want. Obviously, he's an important dragon. But you go up and he's considerate. He's got a lovely man, a dwarf, he's considerate. And he deals with all of the Duke's business and things like that. You book an appointment with him. Or, I think in a couple of days, maybe 2-3 days, the Duke's having what he calls he takes, like, people can just come up and, audiences. That's what he does. And people come up and during his audiences and they can come up and ask the Duke and speak to him about matters that are important and things like that. It's been a while, so we'd do one, I reckon, about 2-3 days. But of course, you gotta be respectful. Duke Ignaris, he's what a hero he is. We love him here in Ashen Rest. We do. The Duke, he fought in the war. He fought in the war in their insurrection. He was a hero. We sacrificed. He bled for us and he fought for us. And bless him, his mother died. Killed by that traitor Galvasar, that gold dragon bastard.
Oh, terrible. What a tragedy.
What a tragedy it was. What a tragedy. Shocking. But yeah, so yeah.
How was your holiday?
How's your holiday, Dan? You wouldn't believe it. I'm gonna go visit my parents down in Goodvine. I am. My sister. She got a babber, right? A right little babber now.
God.
Keep going. We're doing this for the next hour.
No, I'm not doing that for the next hour. I've answered the question. So you learn about that.
Is there anything that would be considered rude for us to do? Are there any cauldron gestures or like traditions?
Oh gosh, I mean, don't be proud of yourself, and don't insult the Duke and all the clever. Just don't be silly. I reckon he's a good dragon.
I just don't want to put a foot wrong. I don't want to get on his bad side.
Oh well, be respectful. A compliment never hurts, but it has to be an honest one. Don't just be saying nothing you don't be believing in.
Okay.
Maybe you could mention his titles. He's got a few titles you can mention if you want to really sort of like show that you've prepared to meet the Duke.
Okay, thank you.
What was the one that they called him when they announced him at the tournament a few passings ago? Let me have a think here. Find him there. Oh yeah, that's right. He sometimes, back in the Oriat insurrection, they called him the Crimson Bastion.
Crimson Bastion. Well, that is a fine
Crimson
title.
bastard.
Bastard. Where?
Crimson Bastard. I actually kind of like the Crimson Bastard. But
His enemies
No,
call
he's
him
not.
that.
But he's not a bastard.
Not
That's
regal
Ophelia's
enough.
next
Yes.
title.
Yeah, Crimson Bastion is what they call him because he was our defender. He was our protector. We were right on the front lines. We were against Gildai. Well, not quite. Rust End's a bit further closer in, but we were right on it.
Flaming Nora.
What happened? It sounds like quite a.
What do you mean? What happened? Where's the Aria insurrection? You're not from around here. You're a stranger.
I'm from Osseous.
Osseous, what is that? Is that
Across
somewhere?
the sea.
Across the sea? Across the sea? Full of them monsters? You can't be sailing across no sea. No one comes back alive.
I did. Well, I've yet to make it back, but I got here alive.
My goodness, I've never heard from someone who's come across the sea before. We're told that Janya, she whispers the name, Janya lurks in the depths and they snatch boats and they snatch sailors down as fast as reckon. Did you have to fight any sea monsters on your way here?
It wasn't smooth sailing, for sure. It was
Goodness.
quite rocky, quite uncomfortable, but we made it.
Well, blimey, pleasure to meet you, miss. I've never heard of that. Well, in that case, I guess you don't know. Well, the Ariat insurrection, it was a big civil war. There was this gold dragon, the archdragon Galvasar, and he went mad and he was fueled by this magic metal that he had hoarded, and then he ate it all and he got powerful and he got his allies together and they tried to kill the Empress and they tried to take over, and of course the Empress and all the good dragons and the armies, they marched against him and they fought him, and here we're so close to Gildai, it was a war zone a few hundred years ago. And yeah, they killed the Duke's mother, and so the Duke became the Lord of Northvale.
Is the Duke's mother the one on the statue out in the town centre?
Oh, she is featured in one of the statues, but maybe there's the Empress statue, and then names. I do have it. Lady Ignaxa is one of the statues there, right?
Lady Ignaxa?
Yes, that was the Duke's mother.
Oh, wow.
Lord.
Get Lord.
From a hairdresser.
So the big statue in the middle of the town centre, that's not...
That's the Dragon Empress.
That's the Empress.
Well, it's a representation of her, yeah.
It's quite resplendent.
Oh, well, that's very kind.
You're all very proud of...
Of course we are. We're Cauldron, love. Always very proud. I'm particularly proud of my tits. She doesn't say that. I was just joking.
Great buzz,
It's a cheap laugh. Cheap gag.
It came out of nowhere.
It took me a while to
Hang on.
Stolian. What
Did
is
you
that?
say
Wear tats.
tits?
Tats.
It was a cheap laugh. But yeah. So you learn that. But yeah, Cauldron, yeah. And she will talk to you about Cauldrons. Probably the conversation turns to more like Cauldron culture and things like that. But yeah, you guys all finish gathering your things and you emerge from the House of the Rose, unless there's any other business or if you want to talk to the Reverend Mother or Father again. But otherwise, you are good to go.
So this was like an all-day thing? It's like...
No, this probably took like the bath, everything else. You've probably been here for like a couple of hours,
Okay.
like with the encounter and clearing all that up and stuff like that. We're probably looking about midday. Like you guys got here in the morning.
I think I'm good to leave the
Yeah, find an inn.
thing
Yeah.
if everyone else is.
Sure.
Yeah.
Where do you want to go?
I feel so much better now. That was worth it.
Yes.
Your shoulders have dropped. You look relaxed.
Let's hunched up. It's nice to relax and unwind. Very good idea, Ophelia, to come here first.
I should mention all your clothes were returned. They've all been cleaned as well. Not repaired, because they don't provide that service, but they have all been cleaned, your boots polished, all of that stuff.
Amazing.
Lovely.
Was there anything that was broken?
I don't know, but I'm leaving that to you.
Yeah. Yours?
Now,
No.
Oh, okay.
Back to inns.
I will happily walk down to the port and check the Clever Toad to see, just to gauge if it's a better option for us. And I'll come back and let you know.
What number was that, sorry, on the map?
16. Yeah.
I can head down with you as well.
All right.
May as well get
All right.
a second opinion.
So Rowan and Xanthias are going to head down to check out the Clever Toad Inn. What about Gruff, Ophelia, and Daisy?
Check out the other one. What was the
Grumpy Hog Tavern.
Should we check that one out? I feel like we're probably gonna end up staying there because I don't think Ophelia is gonna go to the other one.
Ophelia is right there.
No, I'm aware.
Just so you know.
I feel like I'm
She
going to.
stayed in the other one. Remember when we stayed in the nice place?
If it is nice and if it is well furnished and well looked after, then yes, I would prefer that one. But we're all a group. I will do as the group requests.
Ophelia says she likes this one. I think it's just Gruff in the middle of the... Because I feel like these two are not properly talking to each other.
I'm a little bit intimidated by Ophelia, so if there's an option that Ophelia is going to prefer, I feel like Daisy's like, we should do that one because then she's not going to be angry. Because when she gets angry, it's kind of scary.
Well, the three of you then, we'll go with those three first, and we'll come back to Rowan and Xanthias. The three of you check out the Grumpy Hog Tavern. Like I mentioned, it's huge. It's actually 2 buildings, and then it's been like a connection has been built between the two. When you step inside, immediately, even as you approach the door, you can hear that this place is pretty busy. It's getting to lunchtime. And you can see that it is packed. The main first floor, the ground floor, is a huge dining hall and then a bar at the other end with the dining hall is like big tables, like you can sit down, you can have big groups, small groups, that kind of thing. And it's like more like a restaurant, really. There's like a little serving window. You can see serving girls and boys coming with food, plates of food and things like that. You can see that there is a kitchen with somebody cooking, multiple chefs, a big sort of like family kind of like come here, get a big healthy lunch. The bar is a bit more quiet, has like smaller tables, like booths for like quieter conversation. And there is a balcony around the top as well with more seating and tables and booths and things like that for people to look down on. There is a small like stage as well that is kind of like near the center where musicians can play, and you can see nobody's playing there currently, but it is available for people. There is a fireplace in the main hall in the bar section, and above that you notice a large portrait of a very grumpy, tired, and heavily scarred wild heart man with porcine, pig-like features. So sort of big kind of like, snout, piggy ears, very pink kind of skin, chubby cheeks, that kind of thing. And he just looks miserable. But he's dressed in very fine-looking clothing, and there is a plaque underneath it as well, which has some writing, but you're too far away to read what that is. Behind the bar, you see another wild heart porcine pig-like man who bears a familial resemblance to the painting. He has an eye patch, and you can see he's got a few scars as well, big burly arms. He looks very Porco Rosso. Like he has like a little Poirot moustache. He's got like the floppy ears, he's got like the leather eye patch, he's kind of big burly, and he's smoking a big cigar-like kind of tobacco, rolled up tobacco thing, and he's got that in his mouth, and he's serving drinks at the bar, and he's chatting to a few of the regulars and things like that. The dining hall is completely full, like there are no tables there, but the bar has a few tables and booths still available, and you can see that he's kind of like smoking behind the bar and serving drinks as he goes. And it does look like there's a third floor, and it looks like there's plenty of there's loads of rooms upstairs. You don't know if they're free, but they're all there.
Mistress Ophelia, does this suit your tenancy? I mean, the wood looks nice. The fireplace looks very homely.
It is well furnished. This is like a quite not super expensive, luxurious, but it is very good quality. Everything is well made.
Yes, this will do. This will suffice.
Is Ophelia the type of person who will say homely, and it's like trying to be complimentary?
Yeah.
Really, it's like homely.
Yeah.
I like what you've done with the place.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
A lot of potential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How nice and rustic.
Oh yes.
Homely.
Yeah.
Lots of character features. Very charming.
Quaint.
Yes. Yes.
Well, Gruff can read none of this. Mistress Daisy, does it suit you as well?
This is fancier than most places that I go, so yeah.
Honestly, the same. I'm used to the road and the open stars, so I don't really know what we're doing. Shall I inquire as to a rate?
Yeah.
Or do we want to wait for the boyos?
We should inquire, and then when they come back, we can just compare. but we're probably going to end up staying here.
Rowan might like the stage as well.
That's what I was thinking.
Maybe a song for a discount.
Maybe we can. We should probably ask if he wants to do that first, though, because we shouldn't assume that he wants to. But it would be nice if he did.
Yes.
Do you want me to talk to them, or?
Probably best, because I don't know if someone's trying to rip me off, frankly.
Neither do I. I never have money. But okay. Maybe Ophelia would be the best, to be honest.
Okay.
Ophelia would just go to the bar.
You go up to the bar. The porcine man, the porcine wild heart.
Hey, how's it going?
Good afternoon. I am Ophelia de la Rosa.
Stubs his cigar out. It's like,
Well, pleasure to meet you. If,
Good to meet you
my name's
too.
Holgrim Hawker. I'm the
Holgrim
owner of
Hawker.
this establishment.
Wonderful.
Hey.
We would like to inquire about a room for the night. Well, a selection of rooms. If
Oh
you may.
yeah, we've got rooms, absolutely. I mean, are we looking? We got our basic rooms. They sleep 2 people. They go 25 gold a night. You know, it's a pretty pricey place. If you're looking for something more expensive, we have some larger, more suites and things like that. You know, that kind of room. They cost you a little bit more depending on what you're looking for. What are you looking for? I mean, like basic rooms. Are we looking for something a bit more fancy?
I mean, I personally would like something on the fancier side. I don't know about my companions. What would you like? Basic? Not so basic?
Does breakfast come with basic?
It does come with breakfast, but that's the only meal that's included. Is bed and breakfast.
That's the best
right.
one, so it's fine.
Absolutely.
Basic's fine.
Breakfast is served in the morning between 6 and 9. It's in the dining hall over there. That's it. And then, anything else. We got a fine selection of drinks. You can get food here any time of day.
Wines.
Yeah, of course we got wines. Yeah, I got some few wines. I love a good wine.
A red?
He goes to he's like, I'll get another one.
he pulls out like a pack of these like cigars and he lights another one.
Oh, sounds lovely. Shall we book a room or shall we wait for the others to get back?
We should probably wait for the boyos.
Well, if you're gonna wait, why don't you pull up a chair and you would like you some drinks? We can get you a nice booth over there or something like that.
May as well.
Do you
Hey, how's it going there, little one? How you doing?
are you looking for any performers for the stage?
I mean, we always welcome musicians. I mean, I've got a few, we normally have a couple in every night and things like that, but we can always slot somebody in. Yeah, it's nice to have a little bit of variety. I need to hear them and check them out first. We normally do normally do a set for an audition, and then from the following nights onwards, we can talk about employment and that sort of thing. You a musician?
Oh, no, for me, for one of our
what?
friends.
All right, well, okay, we bring them along. Maybe if they do a little performance, you can see how the crowd reacts. We have like a little bit of an open stage thing that we do for, new talent.
He's really good. Really,
Oh, great.
really good.
I hope to hear him. Sounds wonderful,
Got a
yeah.
really nice song about a pebble.
Okay. Pebbles.
I've heard it. It's really good. We're working
That's
on
a new one.
We're working on some lyrics, and I think
So it's a song about pebbles that doesn't have lyrics.
No, but it's inspired by the pebbles, the
Right,
feelings of the pebbles,
okay.
and
Feelings of the pebbles. All right. Holgrim, my great-grandfather, he was a very miserable guy. I'm not like that. I'm a happy guy. Happy Holgrim, they call me. So anyway, you guys want some drinks? Wine? We
Yes,
get
please.
another
Yes,
glass of wine?
that'd be
Absolutely.
lovely. I'll buy us some drinks. What would you like? Just as a thank you for helping with the spa earlier. Oh my God, what's happening to me?
Your ears showing.
Just some mead is fine.
Some mead? What about you, Daisy?
We've got a nice bottle of I've got a nice bottle of ice hot mead that we can bring down. Yeah, absolutely.
Ice hot.
Yes, of course. I mean, they don't really make a lot of mead down here. You guys do the good stuff. I mean, I consider where you're dressed. I'm not from my side. So.
Bless you, sir.
I've done a traveling. I was in the Duke's Army for a bit. I did a bit of traveling now and then.
I don't think I should have any alcohol. It doesn't tend to go well.
You want some juice? You want fruit juice or something like that? We got an apple, a grape.
Orange?
We can do an orange. I'll do an orange juice, no problem. I'll do a virgin something.
Okay, so a bottle of red for me, a mead for my friend here, and a orange juice for...
Bottle of wine?
Yes, please.
All right, okay. Well, that's gonna be
The whole bottle.
that's gonna come in at about 13 gold.
Perfect.
All right, perfect. It takes the drinks. I'll bring those over to you. You go find yourselves a lovely table. I'll bring them right over.
Thank you very much.
All right.
You guys grab some drinks. Meanwhile,
you want a fucking juice? I don't know why that got me.
I did.
Oh, you want a juice?
I just got an image of
we're gonna do a juice.
I just got an image of him just crushing an orange in his hand.
He's pretty burly. He's got like a soldier's build. He looks pretty burly, Hogrim. The Xanthias and Rowan, you guys make your way down. It takes you like 20 minutes to kind of walk down towards the Clever Toad Inn. As you begin to drift towards the river, you can see at the far end, you can see river barges coming and going a lot, basically coming down the river, pulling up to like little docks and little seasides, unloading goods, loading goods up, and then sailing off further down the river. And this is the Ruby River. It's kind of a major river here in Culture that runs the length of most of the province. You hear the Clever Toad Inn before you really see it, because you hear a sort of like howling, kind of like screaming, shrieking, as you see a group of very drunk, very rough-looking sailors, basically like, hey, get off, go, fuck you, fuck, I can't kill it, blah, 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 and they're like fighting with like what appears to be just a shroud of fabric and things that's crawling over them. They're like throwing, and then they're like, get off me, and then they stumble, and then they just run. Immediately after them, another third sailor comes out, just immediately vomits outside of the tavern. You see that he is swiftly like pounced upon by this swarm of like shrouded figures. Like they're wearing like cloaks and they just swarm all over him, and then he's suddenly like stumbling off and they like kick him like in the legs. And they're quite small. They're only about sort of like, 2-3 feet high. But there's like a pack of like 7 or 8 of them. And then they rush back into the inn. And you see that the swinging sign is of a particularly kind of like fat, like kind of purple and orange frog, but it's got a little wizard's hat on, and there's a little open book, and he's kind of making a he's making like a little smirky, kind of like arrogant, smug little face, and it just says Clever Toad.
I love this place. This is great.
The detail of the smirk on the
I'll tell you, for podcast listeners, it's the DreamWorks face.
You don't even need to do that. The noise you made was, I think anyone was going to get it.
Yeah.
What do we think of this place, Rowan?
I think it's got a lot of potential.
Yes? You think now? We have to consider. Now, I personally, not the best sell straight away, but we need to think about how Ophelia will feel.
Into the mind of Ophelia.
Remember,
I look at the guy being attacked by the shroud.
Now, what would Ophelia say about this person throwing up here?
Yes, it wouldn't be good.
No.
But
Yes?
I tend to not judge a book by its cover.
No, you're not Rowan right now, remember?
Oh,
You're Ophelia.
I'm judging the book's cover harshly.
Yes.
Right.
And we could check out the inside. It might be better on the inside.
You don't have to come in.
If you'd like to go in there alone.
Well, if you want to come in, that's fine.
I can wander. You do what
have
you want.
injuries. And
Oh, no, the injuries don't. I've been with you this entire time with the injury. Don't treat me like I have the injury.
let's go
Think
in.
nothing of it.
It might be pristine inside.
It might be.
This might be a ruse.
As you say that,
It is not.
one of the windows smashes as somebody gets thrown through a window.
We can now see inside.
But yeah, kind of you see a figure kind of goes, gets thrown out, and then again you see this time a really big hulking bugbear, which is very rare. You know that these creatures came from the Feywield with the elves long ago, those of you who are in the Empire, but they're still very rare. He's massive, and he runs out crying as he runs out, and the shroud of like these 7 figures chase him down the street, and then they go back in, and then immediately you start seeing like these little hands, and you see they are little clawed hands, begin like putting up boards and.
But from what we see through the window,
Briefly,
it's
quite a. I mean, it looks homely. It is
Ophelia homely.
It's kind of got that kind of like things that have been cobbled together. It's very rustic. It's kind of got like bits of like ships have been turned into like tables and boats. It's kind of been like very ramshackly built. But the inside is pretty good and well structured. It's not anywhere near as big as the Grumpy Hog.
Sure.
But it definitely seems like it has an atmosphere. You can hear like singing and laughing coming from inside of it. You might also hear more vomiting. But you will watch briefly as somebody walks in, like a courier maybe, like somebody who's bringing like a package. They walk in and you hear these like tiny squeaky voices, like maybe like 12 or like more of these little voices just say, welcome! As soon as he walks in.
I follow in behind this courier.
So you follow in. When you guys step inside, you see this. It's like a long hall, like a Viking long hall within like a second floor, and rooms out the back as well, like separate little stable rooms. And the bar is like a mess. It's kind of like just ramshackled. It's like somebody's collected just things that they found and turned them into other things. So you see like long tables. The bar though is extremely long, and there are 12 kobolds in matching little outfits with a painted toad, like on the sign, all sat behind it. And as you walk in, all 12 of them in unison go, welcome!
Hello.
And then they go back to doing what they were doing, like cleaning cups and drinks, or like pouring drinks and things like that. Some of them appear to be like cooking little skewers of meat at like far end of the bar.
Everything we could ever need.
The place is packed with mainly like sailors or like carpenters as well. You see a lot of like the sawdust like everywhere. A few like laborers. It's much more sort of like down to earth, rootsy kind of like vibe in here. One thing that does draw your attention out. Oh, the other thing is those 12 kobolds. There is another set of 12 identical looking kobolds that are the ones in the shrouds. They've got like these cloaked kind of like hoods, and they're the ones going around like serving drinks or fixing things or delivering food or chasing out like rowdy or drunk patrons and things like that. And but they all look really, really similar. Like they must all be part of one big family.
24 of them.
Yeah.
I like this.
Is it immediately obvious which one is the one we can go to quickly book a room?
Well, I would say that like you don't see, not the ones that you can see. There might be more of them, but all of them out here are roughly about the same size. They all look very, very similar to each other. There are like some distinctions, like their spines and scales are slightly different, but it's hard to tell. The other thing that draws your attention is at the far end, and you can see that there's a group of dwarven teenagers that are like playing with it. There is like a cabinet, and inside the cabinet is a big fat toad in a little wizard's hat with a book, and its eyes are closed, and you see the dwarven kids put a brass coin in, pull a lever, and the toad's eyes open. It glows for a minute, and then and you hear it like muttering something, but you can't hear what it says. It kind of is like.
Sorry, was this?
And then all the dwarven teens start laughing, and then it shuts down, and then they like laugh, and then they do it again and pull it.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think we have to move here. Like
the Zoltan machine is very like it's decorated in like it just says clever toad.
I mean, if a kobold is running past, I'd almost like, excuse me, can we? We'd like to book a room.
Book 'em!
Hello.
Hello.
Me and my friend here, and a few others.
Hello.
Who aren't here. We're thinking of booking a room. 5 people.
Oh yeah, rooms. We got loads of rooms. You want food? You want drink? We got some rooms.
Rooms, food, drink. Yes.
Loads.
Rowan.
Rowan's got tears in his eyes.
Okay.
Just staring at Xanthius.
Hello, I'm Ixel-Tarik.
Ixel-Tarik. Xanthius. This is Rowan.
Hello.
I'm his friend.
Oh, I see.
Is he okay?
I realise that's the first time I've described him as such, but...
1 minute, I've got a job to finish. Urine Tarik, come and deal with these customers. I'm gonna go get back on my thing. And you see very identical. Hello, I'm Urine Tarik. How you doing?
Hi there, Urine. Urine. We were looking to book a room for 5 people.
Yeah, well, we do rooms that you can get a family room that fits 4 people in it. You can get individual rooms. What are you looking for?
How high quality are these rooms, I suppose?
Well, a room for 4 is 20 gold, but a single room is 10 gold. So if you've got a group and you're happy kind of sharing like family, I'm really sorry, I've got to go do something in a minute.
Okay.
Zini, this is my sister Zini Tarek, and she goes over. Another kobold, maybe a little bit smaller, comes up. It's like, hello, I'm Zini Tarek.
This is like Groundhog Day for me. I really quickly recap the conversation we've just had.
And then she's immediately like, yeah. So my brother said what were you looking for? Individual rooms, a group room?
Well, I think 4 of us would be very happy. I'm going quickly now. 4 of us would be very happy to book a room, but one person in particular has very high standards.
I mean, we've got the space, so yeah, just bring us the money. We put the deposit down. We give you the keys. That's no problem.
Okay. And is food included? Drinks?
No, unfortunately not. No, we don't really. We do snacks at the bar, but we don't really do like a big meal or anything like that.
Okay.
You know, there's plenty of places in town that you can go to. She glances over her shoulder and they just wave their head, and she's like, okay, I've got a few more minutes.
Okay. Well, what do you think, Rowan?
I think this is great.
Well, we will have to fetch our friends.
Sure. Hurry. Absolutely. Come on down. Yeah, bring him down.
Sure.
Yeah, great. Okay.
We'll do just that.
We'll go
Thanks.
catch them,
Well,
yeah.
good to see you. I hope you come by. Try the toad sticks. And then
Toad stick. God damn.
runs off.
Okay.
And with that,
Be ushered out the door.
I throw myself out the window.
I'm crying. I can understand why the bugbear was crying.
and with that is where we're going to bring our episode to a conclusion today, with you guys having sort of sourced some potential places to stay and met some of the locals here in Ashen Rest.
This place is nuts.
Yeah, that was a lot.
This entire city.
Very stressful.
So much going on.
Well, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. We will see you next week for more High Rollers, Altheya, the Dragon Empire.
We're back,
Take care.
baby. Woo!
Happy New
See ya.
Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.